Es el sueño el motor, son las metas a alcanzar. Siempre hay que descubrir la manera de vivir. Este lugar, esta tierra, tiene tanto que ofrecer.
Can absolutely be a deadly force in the Pacific League.
Yeah, absolutely. I still think we saw some good moments out of Secret. I like the coordination. I love all the different shock molly lineups and creative little kind of micro plays that they've cooked up in the offseason. Need a little bit more time, but for Na'Vi, they definitely are looking like one of the squads that can be a tournament's favorite. But another one that was also looking fantastic was Leviathan. This game versus Vitality started incredibly close, with Twistin having a fantastic map one on Haven, but at the end of that one, it was just good adaptation and some insane clutch plays from both Shy and King to close out.
Yeah, I mean, King's clutches throughout this series, all of the clutches from every player. Realistically, it was like 7 clutches to be able to win this in overtime, 16-14. Yeah, gave us one of the greatest shots that we've ever had. That one will go right up there next to, you know,
the mouse kiss,
his mouse. Artist standing up as he won those overtime rounds. It's going to go right up there. We'll be remembering that one for a very long time. But yeah, then we got into that second map, and Takolia back over onto the jet. You could tell that the comfort was there compared to the Raze play, which was fairly disjointed from him, and he was just able to dominate the lobby.
And the crowd was crazy too yesterday.
Yeah, they really love this Leviathan squad. Also, that sets us up for Na'Vi versus Leviathan in the next matchup for a semifinal, which is just going to be such an incredible banger of a match.
Yeah, and with that in mind, let's take a look at our bracket, because today I have a feeling it's going to be just as wild as yesterday. We've got 100 Thieves versus FUT coming up first, and then Fnatic versus Fury. I mean, the crowd were cheering for Leviathan, but Mimi, you got to think that the Furia fans, I think it's going to be even louder than they were yesterday.
Oh, I'm absolutely sure that it will be. Obviously, that matchup has some history in it, which is going to be super exciting to see Fury and Fnatic in their new forms facing off each other again. The second matchup today, I think, will also be great. It's kind of the last hope of NA, the last hope of Turkey as well facing off. Have that in the wrong order, but both the matches are going to be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We've had a lot of really great days yesterday. Excellent. Now I'm hoping that today goes above and beyond.
I mean, speaking of those great days, we've seen all 32 teams play already, taking the stage here in Brazil. It is a single elimination format, so I feel like, every time I've been on the desk, I've had to say goodbye to a lot of players. But you guys at home might be wondering, what have they been up to? What have they been up to since leaving Lock-in? And luckily, I know, Mimi, you had a day off yesterday. You sent you to the field to do some investigation. Yeah. And see what these players have been doing. Now, one of the players I want to talk about is Zekans, because I feel like we didn't see enough of him.
No, we really didn't see enough of him. One game out of Sentinels, he looked pretty solid, but I was hoping to see a little bit more. The thing is now, he has to fly back to America, and there's like a whole month before the league kicks off for Americas. So he's actually had to go back to school, and unfortunately, with all the time he was focusing on prepping, he's really fallen behind on the pre-calculus homework. Luckily, though, the entire team of Sentinels, their coaching staff, very statistically minded and have managed to help him out to stay on top of his schoolwork.
That's a lot of books he's got to read.
Yeah, having Kaplan there, that will help a lot.
Thank you very much, Mimi, for that great work that you've been doing. Seth, I know you were also kind of keeping up with Talon as well. One of my favorite teams in this tournament. For me, again, I wanted that Cinderella run. I wanted it so badly for them, but sadly, we didn't get it.
Yeah, I wanted to see that too. They were our second best Pacific team that we've had, you know, having to go up against DRX in that other side of the bracket. A really rough one for them, but even though they came up short, they still gave us really fantastic performances. They pushed DRX to the limits. They were able to eliminate, you know, fan favorites such as EDG with their, you know, fans 10 and 11 out there in the audience that were watching.
I'm number 13.
Mimi's number 13, of course. It was a great run for the squad, especially with the rookies that they've had. But ever since they had that star-studded performance, they've decided to add boys to the end of every single one of their players' names just to have some extra synergy. So now we've got Foxy boys, we've got Sushi boys, Jit boys, Cruise boys, and Gardens boys.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. I feel like...
It really just brings the team together that way.
Yeah,
but wouldn't that be Sushi boys boys?
No, he's already one of the boys. He was already ahead of the curve.
If anything, we'd do Sushi boys squared.
Oh, okay. That makes
Great.
a lot of sense. That
Great
makes a lot of
work, guys.
sense.
I can help.
Yeah.
I can help second with this pre-calculus.
Thank you for filling me in on what's been happening. But one of the people that I really want to know again, I just feel like we didn't see enough of him, is Scream. What's Scream been up to, you know? And also, of course, in this tournament, I feel like this is not the Scream we expected.
Yeah, I had a super busy day off. Actually took a short trip over to Belgium to check in on Scream and see what he's been up to, because I was curious, you know? A lot of people had questions after coming in IGL of Carmen Core, having some great moments, but maybe not really able to sell people on this no duelist thing. But that's been exactly what he's focused on. This guy is out in the streets preaching, standing up for what he believes in, and shutting down duelists everywhere. And I just think that's beautiful.
I love this image. It looks like a thumbnail from an Onion
I mean,
article.
frankly, look at it. I thought Belgian people were normally pretty nice. I don't know why they're shutting their ears. Like, they should hear him out.
They're rejecting his message. He's speaking the truth, and they don't want to hear it.
I think we should get a megaphone and just follow Mimi around screaming about no duelists and see how she feels.
I didn't say I believed in it. I didn't. I listened. I
think-
listened to it. I didn't believe
I think
it.
we would cause a breakdown in record time. It would not be very good.
I do want to say, though, I think out of everyone that's being eliminated, one of the players that I don't think anybody expected to be eliminated so early was Ye. Do we even need to explain who Ye is? I feel like at this point, everybody knows El Diablo.
Yeah, of course. He's El Diablo. He was the best player in the world last year, putting on incredible performances, shattering fandoms, and breaking hearts that whole year throughout. But we did see him make a very early departure here in this event, which was not what we were expecting whatsoever. But obviously, there's been some stuff going on in the background.
Whoa, nope. You cannot say what you said. I actually have listened into these people for several days now. I've been told from credible sources that C9 is making changes, but this is just too important. The sensitivity around this subject is too much. We're gonna have to refrain from saying absolutely anything about this. I'm really just not comfortable putting that out there. So, guys, we have no idea what's going on with Yang.
I want to know, Mimi. I want to know.
No, there's no information.
Okay.
He's just slashing my whole segment there.
Great.
No, I mean, we as a desk and as a product can neither confirm nor deny Ye's existence on Cloud9.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Mimi. But great work. Really proud of the information you two managed to
I think
dig
I have
up.
a career in journalism.
I think you, Mimi,
I think you do too,
Private
Seth.
eye.
Yeah.
Mimi Geddes, get it on.
I think I'll keep my own last name.
Now, we've told you guys about the players that we've been missing, but I want to know who you guys have missed the most in today's poll. These are the options: Zekken, the Talon, Boys, Scream, or is it Ye? Scan the QR code and cast your vote right now, and let us know, you know, maybe there's some other players you've been missing, so make sure you can tweet at us as well using the hashtag VCT LOCK-in and VCT so we can highlight your tweets and your opinions on the broadcast. But for now, let's take a look at two teams that we have missed a lot, I believe. It is NRG and Giants in today's in-zone open mic.
Are you guys ready? Careful, don't group on the orb, please. No, breach stun AR. Okay. Ready?
Wait. Hold on. Give me the ult. Oh, no. Let me cross lanes.
Can we group up towards fight A? I don't know. I feel like they will take A control. Get close. Get
You
close.
want me to ult and then pop or what?
Okay, go.
Just hold, yeah, it's okay.
Go. I am not smoking heaven, okay? Clear, and then I will smoke.
All side already. All side. Can't be heaven, guys.
Yeah, smoked heaven.
I'm ulting.
Smoking back. Ult.
Ulting.
Battle! He's done. Flashing water! Coming in! And they're on. 1v2. Default. Chill. Rush.
1v2.
Yeah, we're drawn.
No, just draw.
I'm gonna draw. That's running from water. The spike is left. He's looking for frags.
Maybe it's City, yeah, maybe it's City.
What's up, City? What's up, City?
Side.
Side, Spike is here.
Yes, inside.
They're gonna walk in when you tap, I think.
No, I don't want to cancel. I will cancel.
Cancel. Let us go down.
Drop.
Go right side, scale right side, please.
Okay.
Nice! Yo! Come on, dude!
John.
What is that? You're insane, bro!
I'm kind of sad sad you didn't find out what FNS has been up to. I miss him.
Yeah, I would have liked to know.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not much. He was very cold in that clutch. Just, yeah, I won it.
I know what
Just
he's been up to. He's ever since they got eliminated, he's been sitting in a sensory deprivation tank, just focusing and going into his mind palace and figuring out how he can become a better IGL.
Even more? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's going to ascend.
He's going to win every event if I really happens. Yeah, well, thank you very much, guys. Once again, for your great investigation work. We're going to throw this to a break. But when we come back, we're going to be catching up on the first matchup of the day. It is 100 Thieves and FUT. We'll see you in a minute.
आके देखो क्या हो रहा है
Necesito para llegar a otro nivel. Dice por la calle que tú tienes un cohete. Vamos al espacio que la fiesta si comete. La tierra es aburrida, tengo nada que hacer. Entonces vende tu cohete, la estrella quiero ver. Dice por la calle que tú tienes un cohete. Vamos al espacio que la fiesta si comete.
ट्वीट किया था पर नहीं आया कल आज ट्राई करेंगे आज फिर से ट्राई करेंगे
ट्वीट किया था नहीं आया
हाँ ये अच्छा ये रेड बुल वाला देखा था ना कल हमने
नहीं
अरे कल वो नहीं था
वो रेड बुल वाला वो अच्छा हाँ रेड बुल हम तो डेडपुल कहाँ बोल दिया वो
रेड बुल वाला
तो चैम्बर खतरा दिख रहा था
Welcome back to a lock-in. It's time to jump into our first matchup. It is NA versus EU. I feel like it's been a while since we had that head-to-head. And even though this tournament is a single elimination, was that yesterday?
Fnatic Sentinels.
Oh, yeah. Does it really? Okay, I won't claim. But what was I going to say? Even though it is a single elimination tournament, these two teams, they have faced each other pretty recently with the same roster.
Yeah, that they have. Back at Red Bull Homeground, both these squads played against each other in the off-season, but now they've made some changes since then. Kiwi wasn't able to
लेफ्ट वाली ट्विच में देखा हूँ शायद लग रहा है स्ट्रीमर है ना लेफ्ट वाली 10वीं वाली भी मुझे कहीं देखा मुझे लग रहा क्योंकि मैंने भी कोई वैलो में कभी खेलते हुए देखा है उसको वैलो या फिर कुछ सुना मुझे अटैक कैप्टन क्या लिखा हुआ है अटैक कैप्टन क्या इंडियन लोग हैं क्या इंडियन लोग का
Yeah, they really are. And I mean, you mentioned not being able to have Kiwi. He was absolutely instrumental in them getting dominance against the side of RRQ. But 100 Thieves should have a tough task ahead of them. Like you said, there's now that added pressure for them being the final NA representative. They want to make sure that they stay in this tournament, but everything to play for both of these squads who just do not want to go home.
Yeah. We've seen both of them play already. Of course, this is the second time they're going to be taken onto stage, but I do want to start with that 100 Thieves versus EDG game because 100 Thieves were very nearly not in this tournament. There was a world where we didn't see them here today.
I mean, this matchup was quite wild. I think kind of the definition of this game was that both teams were defined by the clutches and the plays that happened in the very late round. On this Pearl map in particular, the one that the series ended on, it was 100 Thieves heading in, or excuse me, it's where it started, but 100 Thieves heading in, trying to find these sites, playing that slow mid-round, and EDG playing back, and then coming into these really crazy brawls where it ended in clutch after clutch, mostly between Chichu and Stellar.
Yeah, I mean, Chichu was playing out of his mind, Kong right there as well, but Stellar was just incredible, and he was one of the ones that really just kind of put that final nail in the coffin, sprang through that Viper's Pit, being able to come up with 2 kills and also breaking my heart simultaneously. But it was a fantastic game. I think one of the best series that we've had in the tournament so far. We can only hope that today's match also delivers in the same fronts.
How much do we read into that? How much has that changed your expectations of 100 Thieves? Because it felt like they should have had this side of the bracket as a no-brainer. They should be breezing through it.
I think for me, I didn't underestimate EDG, but I also think EDG played a lot better than I would have anticipated. And at the same time, 100 Thieves, I think, played slightly below where I expected them to be. It did give this kind of like cross beam, the beams crossing ended up having this like crazy match that was so very close down to the very end. But I think 100 Thieves definitely need to step it up if they're gonna look to take the series versus Footballs today.
Yeah, I think my read on it was more that I think there is a positive spin to this, because I agree with you. I think 100 Thieves struggled. I think their late rounds were getting consistently punished, and they were losing out to a lot of clutch plays that should not have been allowed to happen. But at the same time, when that game got tight, when things got bad, when they were letting rounds slip away, their mental didn't crack. They still managed to come back out, win in that overtime, stay focused, and continue to make excellent calls from Stellar to be able to win that one. A lot of teams thus far this tournament have started slow, and while this was below my expectation for 100 Thieves, it was just their first match.
Well, Cryo did comment on some of the things that you guys are mentioning afterwards, after the game, in the interview with Doug. He said, I say that EDG exposed our weaknesses on splitting up towards late mid-rounds. They kind of just picked us off one by one, and we have to work on that. I mean, they haven't had a lot of time to work on that, but Mimi, they're at least self-aware enough to know what they need to work on.
And that's always going to be the case with this team. I think we've always kind of sold them as a squad that is fantastic at preparation. Between the minds of Mike's and Stellar, they'll look back at those matches, they'll come back in with new ideas, new expectations of how to change things. So I'm glad to see that improvement mindset, but I also do kind of agree with what he's saying, that some of the things that we did see in that matchup were a little bit worrying for 100 Thieves.
I mean, they have to step up, right? Because it is still single elimination. They nearly lost to EDG. They don't want that to happen against today. But for more on 100 Thieves, let's hear from two of their players, Cryo and Arsena, in this Meet the Team video.
इसलिए मैं दोपहर को खेल लिया था, वो स्ट्रीम भी कर लिया था।
Hello, my name is Matthew Cryo Panganiban, and I play VALORANT for 100 Thieves. Joining 100 Thieves, obviously it's a really big org, so I'm happy to be a part of that. And all of the previous teammates that I'm joining, I'm already been good friends with them, so all of it kind of clicked together pretty quickly. So Stellar, obviously our IGL, he kind of keeps us in check during the rounds and has a lot of input on what we should do in mid rounds, and is kind of that like leading voice that we need. And Bang is just our all-around like smokes player that can like really like pop off in any moment. Like he's a really good fragger. Derek, obviously our most clutch player, so it's always important to have him alive in those types of situations. Arsena, who's our flex player, he plays all agents like the same ways.
Hey guys, it's Peter, Arsena Berserk. I'm playing for 100 Thieves, and I play the role of flex. Winning Red Bull home ground gives us a small advantage, but I don't think it's anything to write home about. Overall, it's just a good event to get experience and develop us as players on LAN environments and get us really prepped for the coming years. We have a lot of personalities on the team, but also we're all kind of like the same. We all gel pretty well with each other. We all work well together and know when it's time to be serious and not. And Derek helps light up the mood, brighten up, and he always has a positive outlook. I think overall my expectation for the year is obviously just plays deep in a lot of tournaments and hopefully win one. Sorry it's been such an up and down road, but hopefully we'll from here.
It wasn't all negatives. I know they nearly got knocked out, but Cryo, he's still one of the best players in the world. I think he just needs a little bit of time to maybe step up to the form that he had before. And if he does step up, I feel like 100 Thieves have to be favorites today.
Yeah, I think they absolutely are the favorites in this matchup. And I think we saw that step up again. Stellar's calling his individual performance great on that last map. So is Cryo's.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're talking about the self-awareness, knowing the things that they need to correct from that first series. You heard it right there at the very end of the interview. They know that there's been some ups and downs here. It's been a little bit of a bumpy road. It's all about course correcting, getting back on the straight and narrow.
Well, for more on what 100 Thieves have been doing in game, Brian is standing by at the telestrator to break it all down.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, I'm ready to break down this one. This is their Icebox retakes, what they were doing really well, honestly, playing the post plants and really forcing Edward Gaming into some uncomfortable positions. There's a couple of layers to this as well that I want to break down, but I've pulled two particular clips, and it's Edward Gaming trying to plan on both A and B. We'll start with the B side here, showcasing just how good this Omen is as well as stopping it. First thing I want to point your attention to, though, is the fact that they have all this preset utility to try and stop this plan. You see, there's a Snake Bite, Nanoswarm already set down ahead of time, and that just, again, buys time when as soon as they hear this poke coming up, they know that the plan's going to be coming out at any moment.
बोली से पहले मैं लॉक कर
another layer of utility
फिर
that
बाद में
comes out
बोलेगा
here
नहीं कि
with the
स्मोकर
another
नहीं लिया
snake
ये
bite.
सेकंडल
So
नहीं
it's
लिया
what
वो
ends
नहीं
up
लिया
sticking the
बोलने
plants
में
quite weakened. Here's the second layer though to this then retake this situation that's being set up here for 100 Thieves. Part of where you start to see the Omen really playing to its strengths as well, because the Paranoia, really great tool for these retakes. It rips across the one side of the yellow box, and at the same time they end up using this dart to the back of the site, and it's a double face, a double swing. This is one of the major strengths of 100 Thieves that I go on about all the time, is the fact that they are trading effectively. They have really good concrete game plans in situations like this retake. One after another, they take the fights pretty effectively. It's methodical, and everyone is there ready to respond in kind. You notice that Edward Gaming are winning these fights initially, but Derek's there perfectly every single time with the trades. And this is just a recurring theme with 100 Thieves, something that they really do hammer home every single time. Here's another example on the other side now, looking onto the A side. Again, the exact same example that I pointed out before. This time across the side like this. And this really does apply pressure on Edward Gaming. So they really want to try and get the plant down. As soon as the alarm bot gets triggered, as soon as they hear the plant being tapped, instantly, first wave of util comes down, second wave of util comes down. There's a slow orb and a shock dart at the same time, and Edward Gaming are forced to plant off to the side here. But there's another element here that I want to talk about as well, and that's that Omen once more coming into play. A deep smoke by Cryo, this is what the Omen allows you to do, is to place these global smokes, and this helps out Bang, who's now currently flanking. And I'll show you what this really effectively does. You can see Chichu's really finding it difficult to take a good, effective fight against Bang, and it's because of this global smoke. Normally, Bang, if you're flanking like this alone, it's really risky, because you can just get swung at this little avenue here or this little avenue here, but this isolates the fight just down to one solid angle that Bang has to worry about. And so Bang this entire time is just buying time. He's distracting, he's taking fights, and also just taking names as well, winning these fights out. And Edward Gaming are throwing everything to try and stop this bow plant from really getting off this retake as well with the fuse. But again, Paranoia rips through, and it's that scaling, that effective, methodical scaling from 100 Thieves, with the threat of Bang also flanking from behind as well, that really allows them to get a lot of damage done when they're going for these retakes. It's really well thought out. The composition actually does have legs when they're playing it as well, and I think that they're really using it to its fullest potential. So one of the many, many positives that you can really pull for 100 Thieves as well, at least from their previous series, even though it got a little bit scrappy at the end. And so, yeah, with that being said, send it back to the desk as well for you guys to break down the rest of the series.
Thank you very much, Bren. I think Bren summed it up perfectly, Mimi. There are a lot of positives.
There are, and I think probably the biggest one is the way that they coordinate utility on the fly. He was talking a lot about it in the Telestrator, and 100 Thieves is putting out some of their comms and some of the videos that they make there. And it's not just Stellar who's calling for stuff. Bang as well. There's a lot of voices in this team that are really good at identifying what they need to do and making that call super quickly.
Well, let's talk about their opponents for today. It is the EMEA underdogs, the pride of Turkey, FUT. They also won their first game as well, but it was a bit of a different story, Achilles. It wasn't as crazy as 100 Thieves' first game.
Yeah, not nearly. It was a 2-0 for them, winning that first map especially quite handedly. I mean, you take a look back at that Lotus game that came through. I think it was like 13-3, 13-4 was the scoreline, and FUT just looked really well prepared for RRQ. Things got a little wishy-washy as we moved on into the second map, but they still were able to walk away with the win. And you know, RRQ, I think they got a little ahead of themselves in some moments. But overall, football's looking very, very strong, and Kiwi, one of those players that is right there to help lead the charge to victory.
Yeah, and I think football has had a really good job of kind of adapting on the fly to what RRQ is doing. They came out with this weird composition on Pearl where they're playing heavily in retakes. And they did a great job of always shutting down those plants, not allowing this team to get into their post plants. Once RRQ started playing more and more into that mid round, they adapted to that as well. Also, earlier in the series, playing on the Lotus, they bring out this Neon and this Sage composition that looks really well thought through. With Sage Walls and Neon diving in to help with these executes, and also some cool gambles on the defensive side. I think most people had pretty low expectations for FUT. This is a PRL team, this is their first big event, but the ideas that they brought into this match really impressed me.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things for me that I want to see, if they can course correct it, is not being super baited by audio cues, because we saw that a lot on that Pearl map. We saw RQ actually being really creative with the way that they were using their prowlers and whatnot to just kind of really start grabbing the football players and drifting them towards one side of the map, and then they would instantly strike on the opposite side. If they can think that through, make sure they don't get baited, I think they're going to stand a really good chance against 100 Thieves.
But also also the context of this win is really, really great. If you think about this, the last four Turkish lineup, traditionally 4 Turkish teams don't even really make it to international tournaments. And Mimi, the Turkish fans, they are loving this. They want them to go all the way.
Yeah, this means a ton for Turkey, especially during a very difficult time for this country. To be able to see their team coming out and performing at such a level, like you said, Sue, last time that we saw a Turkish team winning a series, doing super well internationally, was all the way back in 2021. So seeing this now is a big, big moment for Turkey. And I think at this point, they've already broken most people's expectations. They're kind of playing on house money. You beat 100 Thieves, you keep this miracle run going. Who knows?
I can't imagine how they're going to react if they do beat 100 Thieves. But I want to talk about the 2 IGLs. All of the IGLs in this tournament have had incredible performances. But Achille or Stella is right up there, and Mr. Farland has been doing well as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a battle of the brains when it really comes down to it. Mr. Farland, putting up some solid numbers here as well as Stellar. I mean, we're just singing him praises and praises just moments ago. But it really is going to come down to that shot calling, making sure that you're not getting baited by those audio cues, making sure that you have your players in position for those retakes. Stellar and Mr. Fallen have both proven that in their opening series, and now we can see
the opening series, but this is very much a head-to-head where I don't think Mr. Fallen is favored. Stellar's been here before, performed at international events, called a lot in very high-level competition in EMEA. Whereas for Mr. Fallen, this is kind of his first big debut. That series that we were just talking about was his first series that he was calling on an international stage. So now, facing off against a really strong IGL, if he can win that mind head-to-head that you're talking about, if he can out-call Stellar, I think that is a huge step towards proving himself as not just a good Turkish IGL, but a great IGL generally.
Yeah, it's going to be a great matchup for sure. Earlier in the show, we took a poll and asked which players you guys at home would miss the most at lock-in. The results are in, and I can reveal that you guys chose Yay! I'm not surprised.
Yeah, not shocking at all. Glad to see the Talon boys got themselves in that second place position, though. I think they went over a lot of hearts with their performances.
Yeah, I think they definitely did. But seeing Ye up there definitely makes a lot of sense. It's been sad to see so many players go home, but 2 more teams heading home today. It is crazy that we're almost going to have our top 4 for this side of the bracket.
I'm going to give you guys a very quick 10 seconds to just show me your prediction, who you're going for today.
All right, I'm going with 100 Thieves. I think they are more experienced. I think they're the favorite in this matchup, and I think their player quality looked fantastic against CBG.
I'm also going with 100 Thieves, and I like their coach. I love you, Mikes.
Well, I think Kiwi is going to squash the hoodie org today, so there it is. Now, it's time to get this day started and find out if the Omega bracket is going to be the EMEA bracket. Which 2 teams will move forward? We're about to find out. Lock-in day 11 starts right now.
Lucky ne maar diya, isme mari Guardian ये रैंडम मार दिया मैं दौड़ती घुसा स्प्रे करते हुए कैसे लग गया पता नहीं गार्डियन का एक ही गोली लगा बॉडी में और मैं मर गया सायोनारा अरे यार वो डर के मारे फट के मारे इधर-उधर मार दिया गोली सर पनिशर का चैलेंज करोगे अभी टाइम नहीं है अभी तो खत्म हो गया पनिशर चैलेंज अभी क्या करेंगे खत्म हो गया वो पनिशर है ना यूट्यूबर उसने फिर से चैलेंज डाला था 3D चैलेंज मैं तो यही करता हूँ देख रहा है ना तू दूसरा दिन आता 100 साल जिएंगे लिटरली यही बात चल रही थी अभी
ये कर्स मत दो मेरे को It is the age-old NA versus EU matchup. 100 Thieves are one of the favorites in the tournament going up against Turkey, last and only hope. And guys, it's single elimination, and at this point, both teams, they don't want to go home, but I can't help but feel like the pressure is all over on the side of 100 Thieves.
I think it absolutely is. This is their game to lose. You are
before number it has no value. After number it has got the value.
And FUT, they came out, had a fantastic debut, impressed a lot of people. I don't think they had any expectations heading into this tournament. So I think they're chilling right now. Anything they can do, any fight they can put up, even winning an upset here would be fantastic for them and for Turkey as a whole.
Exactly, and that's something I was going to chime in on when we were having that IGL discussion. As you said, Mimi, Mr. Fallen, the rest of FUT right now playing on that house money. They don't really have too much to lose from here on out. They've already broken through, they've gotten to that second round. Now they're trying to play it out. This will be a moment for
the longer you leave, the longer you
suffer
the pain.
Trying to catch up with the cross guard. Put them on the back foot. We'll have to just wait and see what happens.
Yeah, the bans stay as we pretty much expected. 100 Thieves have been permitting ascent. FUT is very much often getting rid of that fracture, which is a strong map for 100 Thieves. But football is real similar to the Lotus. We saw this from them the other day. I really liked what we saw on that map. 100 Thieves
Curious to see what the response is going to be from them. Icebox is still in the pool, but no, it's going to be Haven actually. It's like 100 Thieves versus EDG. We saw Icebox, Lotus, and Pearl. The Lotus was a little bit weaker from them. They really suffered on that defending side, whereas football's incredible versus RQ. So I'm unsurprised to see the Lotus. FUT decided to take away the Pearl, where we saw 100 Thieves feel the best EDG.
That's Haven match, maybe a rematch from the last time 100 Thieves took it 13-10. Let's see if history repeats itself as we land on Icebox as the final map. We saw that one from 100 Thieves yesterday. Ren was talking about that Omen composition. I love what we saw from 100 Thieves.
I think the map was really, really exciting. Obviously, as you said, we understand why FUT want to go there. They look so good. 100 Thieves I want to talk about the different philosophies we've seen on Lotus, because both teams had such different ideas. The comps were completely
Yeah, I think for the side of 100 Thieves, they had something very different than anyone else has brought out. They were playing into that fade raise, they had a Cypher in the mix. No one else has really followed that same path. And football's as well unique with that Neon Sage composition.
Yeah, it was so fast and in your face RQ, they just kept getting overwhelmed. But for me though, looking at the way this map graph played out, forget the Prime Gaming Agent Select, I really am concerned with footballs if they can't win on Lotus. I feel like they need to be able to lock down this first map and get themselves in the series.
Yeah, things I'm interested here, what I'm looking for is Kiwi. On the defensive side, he was opping, he was a part of Gambits, he was doing it all. 100 Thieves need to shut him down, and when we switch sides, it's the same thing. Because he can get faster than those fade-rated combinations, and be able to get
all that left to do is to throw this over to your cast. It is Maestro standing by with a human chessboard, Bren.
टीम बैठा है सही में
Thank you, yeah. Hopefully the only game is being played though is going to be VALORANT today in this particular series as well. FUT versus 100 Thieves, and this is a real David versus Goliath situation. You've got FUT as well showing some great form, I think, coming into this series. Not really tested as much, but 100 Thieves certainly have been. These guys have just come out of a really scrappy affair versus Edward Gaming and only just barely squeaking through.
I know, insane. Managing to fend off a couple of match points there that Edward Gaming had. And I saw the players tweeting afterwards saying, this is one of the hardest games I've ever played. The opener against EDG. I think a lot of people were looking at 100 Thieves bracket expecting them to be heavy favourites in these first two games. And I think they're still a heavy favourite in this one, but it's a great match to start things out for footballers. I completely agree with this pick.
Desk was talking about it.
मैं
पहचान नहीं किया here for FUT. Heading into Lotus. Thieves. Going to be exploring a bit of B there. Okay, but already I was doing some VOD review of footballers on this map. Even though they won 13-3 on A, if they throw that KO knife, they are always playing passive on the A side. And look how much 100 Thieves are abusing that. Cracks throws the A knife. And 100 Thieves know there's going to be no resistance here. I think they've got exactly the read on what this defense looks like. The rotating door is going to signal this one all down. See what he can do. Too much pressure just yet. Just abiding, waiting his time out. But okay, now it's down. The captain Not too much as well. 100 Thieves
अरे
really just
क्या हुआ
swarming.
था ना कि मैं
Every
गया
single
था
avenue
चिरंजीवी
available
यार
to them on
बच्चा
this
और
side.
गर्लफ्रेंड है तो
बोलो ना है quite low. Let's see if he can follow up with anything else. But right now, 100 Thieves.
क्या ही उखाड़ लोगे मैं खुद सामने से बोल रहा हूँ करके क्या ही कर लोगे
मैं तो वही बोला play with the rest of his team. Dash through now.
मेरे ऑफिस में एक बंदा है दिन भर लड़की
With the most to do, only down to 10 health. So
जब पूछता हूँ गर्लफ्रेंड
that's going to be the pistol round secured.
ये क्या है बे असली भाई हो क्या तो फिर नहीं होगी
They did win that opening game.
दिन भर वही करता है चैटिंग बोलता है मेरा है बहुत सारे फ्रेंड हाँ लड़की फ्रेंड है ना
it's going to be a great pick because they should have a bit of an advantage once we head into the next half. But their defense side was won by being better on an individual level. I don't believe that it was won by having extremely good Lotus defense strategies. So we get to see here the battle between the IGLs and the battle of the preparation. Have 100 Thieves got what it takes to crack this open and set off to a nice half?
That's going to be a big test, that player quality difference.
So there's the knife
मैं ना जेट को मार दूंगा मैं उसको कलेजा फाड़ दूंगा
What that means is that they're not going for a heavy aggressive A setup. They're just doing it to grab a bit of information. Now, sometimes, later into the half, Kiwi is going to be opping. But most of the time, Stella's going to read that as just a free entrance into A.
दोपहर को बहुत काम था मेरे को तो फाइल खत्म करना था बाकी तो खेल मेरे हाथ में अपना खेल को मेरे हाथ में करना कुछ नहीं
क्या है हम लोग रेज एंड बिल्टन दोनों टारगेट मेरे को रेंज ही मारा
हम भी मारेगा कल वीडियो देख के हम भी मारेगा
100 Thieves are really happy to explore the map here. This to me looks like they're trying to draw attention, but also getting a pick out of nowhere.
Yeah, quite fortunate for Bang, really.
Exactly.
But a moment, but look at all this space that's just being gained. Stella, quite aware of this now as well. Managed to lurk his way into that forward position.
His lurks are so good on this map. That's part of why they're playing the Cypher. Just has that informational work around. Use the rest of his team to give him excellent timings. Stella's just been so good in the last few months. These two teams played an off-season game, and you know that's the kind of time where Stella was really coming alive. And this tournament too, he's just been spectacular.
Yeah, putting up some insane numbers, considering the role, considering what he's been having to do, all while calling.
गोपाल भैया को बोलो डिस्कॉर्ड ज्वाइन करने के लिए कुछ ज़्यादा ही मार रहे हैं मेरे को.
You can see there's not much of an approach from them. Looking to just really play anything, going down to the spikes, making sure that they deny any ult orbs potentially to 100 Thieves.
Yeah. Round 3 is going to be the important one here for Footballist. They're not even taking a single weapon out of the hands of 100 Thieves, so this is going to be an extremely good bonus round for the Americas squad. And I'm wondering here, because Footballist have demonstrated 2 defensive looks, generally speaking, towards A. I guess 3 if you include the operator, but one of them is going to be Moj, the Killjoy, holding A, and they throw that deep knife. And the other one is where they try and play really aggressive for A rubble control, and that's Kiwi's job. And I think that's what they're going to throw out here, and that, again, is going to ask another question of 100 Thieves. Have you got what it takes to deal with this? Because we actually saw this fail quite a lot when Footballist played against RRQ. So Kiwi's going to wall, he's going to stun back rubble, and they're going to try and take control of it. But RRQ just threw out a single stun, and it all fell to pieces. The 2 or 3 rounds where they tried this, Footballist did not get very much success. So let's see this big clash over at A rubble.
Yeah. A lot of players going to be meeting them, but actually very passive and patient play by 100 Thieves, not willing to just work their way past that choke point. And when they see all this utility coming their way as well, they know exactly what's happening here. It's a hard committal by many of the players like you were talking about, Josh. It's the kind of team where they are going to be doing their homework.
Yeah, but I'm not a huge fan of what they're doing now because Footballist are going to get the read that this is going to see.
And there's a fight being taken. Mr. Val in a wider swing. It only comes out with 1 before being traded. The players are swarming the site. You can see Foot surrounding for the time being, and Spike's still not getting down into a position here. 100 Thieves making sure that they can clear most of the site before they get into a position. Try and plan, and there you go. Great discipline from Bang. Sure that they hold a lot of these avenues, but still, the one approach isn't really being smoked off just yet, and now you can see it. Mosh just comes through. 3 kills! And it's down to Derek. 1v1 situation. It just can't quite land the shots. Massive performance by Moj.
What a hero, exactly when his team needed it. The first kill is perfect too. When you
when you're facing against a team that's excellent at trading, you have to expose the tiniest part of your body. And look, you can just see him there, just barely taking the smallest peaks, not going for the classic Turkish wide swing, because that would open himself up to a trade. Played that one beautifully and won every 1v1. Now, in terms of the macro game too, though, 100 Thieves look like they're just giving a rubble to Footballist, and I don't like that. That means that 100 Thieves and Stellar are going to have way less of the map to work with. You've got to challenge this at some point. Of course, it was still a decent bonus, so Footballist had an economic disadvantage, but look again, I think they're just going to get the whole of rubble for free here.
100 Thieves setting their sights on a different section though. Getting a Haunt, a bit of a flash as well, sets them up on these angles quite nicely, farming up the orbs as well. So Asuna has that null command now in his back pocket.
This wall from Anakapin is fantastic too, because it just blocks off re-entry. How is Stella supposed to lurk past that? And it also gives them a timing. They know that 100 Thieves can't be going back into A without that wall going down. You've got to break it because that creates a little bit of pressure. Means the Footballist have to at least jiggle peek it instead of just leaving the wall there and rotating away.
Yeah, there was a knife used as well just towards the backside of it, so they know that nobody's lurking on the other side of rubble.
And this is interesting, right? They're creating presence there, but not actually backing it up with any people. They're hoping that Footballists rotate a couple over to A to plug the gap, and now they'll get an easier hit. It's all going to come down to Mr. Forward.
Again, has to be the difference maker as the anchoring player. How can he survive this? He's locking him into place, locking him into position. Okay, still kicking him, but he's still waiting, tries to take the swing, but the weapon just not good enough. 100 Thieves, all their trouble is going to be playing into, making sure that the angles to watch for. Kiwi, that's quite nice. 2 instant responses, the stun's still being found, and it's a little bit awkward there, a little bit strange still with the ult ripped out into his hand. Time running solo, had no idea that Krax was lurking on his position, and again, immaculate placement with the crosshair, the red ball clutch is going to be played. FUT making it a really difficult task indeed.
This match is set up to be awesome because there's no denying it. Footballist are massive underdogs in this game. They played in the off-season too and went down 0-2 against this 100 Thieves team. But what they demonstrated in the off-season and what they're demonstrating here as well is that the Footballist players, when they find a gap, can just rip everything open. The quality is there. From March, from Kiwi, and a bit of a mistake in that round as well for back swinging into the stun that was thrown by a Neon. Knocks 100 Thieves down into an eco.
वो बोला तो है कि सारे गन का स्किन लेगा एक
ये क्या कर रहे तू वो क्या कर रहे using a couple of specters just from that prior round, looking to hopefully build up the bank with this one round, but massive investment there. Prior actually utilizing that showstopper just to try and get into the site. Space was given to him. There's no challenge there from FUT. A bit of a tap at a spike as well, just seeing if they can get anything else. They do go to A. Yeah, the lockdown gets used as a response to this one, but the door was broken. Stella was lurking this entire time up towards A, so give it that space, but there we go.
I think that's the second kill the Kiwis got through smokes in this round.
Side spray down.
only skin con
had to give up the A side, but the spike is really delayed. They're only just trying to get this onto the site now, and it looks like FUT are not wasting any time. Already taking the back of the site in the pit.
Stingers are so dangerous here, though.
Waiting for this. Maybe to just try and pave the way for the forwards, and there you have it. Collapsing, converging, however you want to call it. Easy cleanup for FUT.
Very well done there. Nice position from Adakal as well. Creates a crossfire and anybody that might be trying to get aggressive in the post plan. Also just good awareness from Kiwi of the timings of when to smoke through these smokes. Well, I guess that one's not even quite through a smoke. He's actually spotted the player right as it moves. But I think one of the big advantages of playing Neon on this map is that Kiwi should just be able to be ahead of the attackers no matter what. He's so fast rotating around the map. It looks like again, Footballists are going to try and control a rubble. So they're throwing the wall, they're throwing the stun. That means if anybody tries to get across the rubble, they're going to be stunned up and they're going to have a Neon pressuring them immediately. And 100 Thieves don't really have the best comp to try and deal with this. They can't get Kiwi. They don't have an open to teleport over and contest. They've just got to return back to A later on in the round.
All that space that's been given up, it's vacuumed. But the 2 players to
तो
FUT this
सर
time
का तो
morning.
वेट करना
Quite close.
पड़ेगा
And
9
like
अब
they
रश
say,
कर रहे
Paul,
सर
but it's
एकदम
delayed
हार
as
रहे
well. You wait
फटाफट
until 1:20 to play first. Stella attempts to punish that by just breaking a portion of it, but almost had his head ripped off in response. While all that was happening as well, accident did
बचन मेरे
fall.
को कराएंगे चिंता का
Not
है
sure
तो
if that was a kill through the smoke or what, but body left behind now. It's 100 Thieves
gold
left
one
in a
player
4v5.
And if
अरे
Footballist
प्रतिकार है
can
ना
win
कि
on
नहीं
this side, on this half, this might just be a dominant map.
Sets him up quite nicely. Cosmic Divide.
Pratik
Splitting up the site though.
change हो रहा है, mentally change हो रहा है, समझे?
Little cacophony of utility just being used to try and at least get their way into it.
हर style देख के आ रहा है, पूरा team मारा
But
हुआ
aren't
है।
shy, still not shying away from the fight. You can see holding through, waiting for the right time, possibly for the wall to go down now as well. Great to see he's just making sure to delay them so they
मेरे
can't
पता है
quite push
अचानक
through
से
that
फैन
one.
का
But now the
स्पीड बस
stuns
बढ़ गया
are coming
CPU का
through.
मतलब
Let's see how this
एकदम
fight gets taken. At the back of the site, this
extreme
fight's
load
going to be
करने कैसे
critical.
होता
Already
है
so
वैसा
many
हो रहा है।
shots going away, and Kiwi again
ए होमन किसने ले
comes
लिया
up with the goods. 2 kills for him.
इसने बोलता ले लिया
It's a
करो।
dangerous game that 100 Thieves are playing right now, just trying to wait it out, spray down the transfer. The kills are going their way, and no one's really been sticking this defuse. Down to that 1v1, Stella just jiggles, knows that nobody's on this spike, but the smoke is going to be obfuscating it, but a tap, 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 and a rifle. And it's a strained round, really, pushing 100 Thieves to his limits, but a round nevertheless, making it an even
हम
scoreline.
लोग क्या करते हैं? मान लो किसी को मिस कर
You
दिए,
see the
ठीक है?
advantage there of
वो
100
छूट
Thieves
गया,
being able to get
तो
the
हम लोग
post plant that's just
घूम
out
के
in the
या फिर
open.
उसकी
That
तरफ
plant
देख के
position is
पीछे आते हैं।
amazing. And if you're
अपना
forced to
cover
plant
करने के
safe,
लिए।
there's no way 100
ये लोग
Thieves
क्या
are winning
करते
that
हैं पता है?
round.
वो छुप भी गया ना
Despite the
तो गोली
heroics
जाना
coming out
बंद
from
नहीं
Kiwi,
करता।
who's 10 and
गोली
4
चला
right
के
now.
छुपता है ताकि अगर वो
100 Thieves
मुंडी भी
steal
निकाले
one
तो
back.
लग जाएगा मर जाएगा।
That provides a buffer for their economy.
मतलब
All right, where's the
हाँ,
op player?
पैनिक करके
So
निकले मर जाएगा।
sometimes
तो
they'll
वो
be
लोग
throwing this knife,
ये छुप
and
भी
Kiwi
जाता
will
है
be
और
up
गोली भी
behind
जाता
it.
है।
This
मैं
time
देखा हूँ ये
though,
बहुत बार
knife
ऐसे
is going to go
करते
down
हैं,
towards
बहुत मारा है,
EMEA, then
वालगन
Kiwi
खाया
is
है।
on C. Does Bang read it? No, he doesn't. Jiggle peeks in, and once more Kiwi hitting every shot.
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
When we talk about teams like FUT,
वो तो
Turkish
बराज करके
region
घुसता
as
है
well,
पूरा
just
एकदम
talent in
वो करके।
spades
अच्छा कि
on an
ऑडियंस
individual
प्लेयर
basis.
दिखा
They've
तुमको
got that confidence.
I don't think they have anything to lose. In a game like this, when you know you're the
क्या वो
underdogs, you
डिफेंड में
just
जा रहा है
have to
अटैकिंग
bring
कर
it
रहा है
all.
कौन
There's
सा
no pressure.
घुस पाया था जीत रहा था राउंड
We're talking some behind the scenes as well, just getting the opinions of various players
ओडिन
and
से
coaches as well.
हाँ ओडिन में ना किल निकालना एक्चुअली मुश्किल है पता है
Don't underestimate FUT
मतलब
coming into
छुप
this
के
match.
मार करोगे तो पड़ेगा क्योंकि
Because if they play
जो
like
वन
they do
टैप
in
तुमको
scrims,
मारेगा एक गोली में
you
जो
never
उड़ा
know
सकता है
when
वो
suddenly,
कोई काम नहीं करने
the
वाला
fundamentals just make it an easy victory for them in some cases.
टूर्नामेंट के लिए नहीं है निकाल नहीं
That's the
पाओगे
thing. When these Turkish teams play with confidence and when they're hitting shots, it can be so difficult to deal with them.
Want to try and cross there, shot just going wide, a wall right in the face of Stella. And he is leading the Chargers team as a nade as well, just past that cage, making sure there's space there. Refight, Stella again. Here's Stella. This guy's coming up. Kill after kill, but it's a pivot play. They break the door, now going to be making their way now. Towards B. Little theft, revealing a couple of the positions there as well. Managed to claim, and it's a very fast plan.
It's going to allow a res, though, onto this player, too, so it should be a 5v4 retake. The question is, can Derek and Cryo make the play?
Yeah, trying to go for the double swing here. There was a res while all this was happening, but the extra layer in this play is Stella just holding that one flank still. It's a hard retake. Everybody from heaven, all four players of FUT gliding through. Kiwi just trying to take the fight to Asuna, but steady aim with the rifle. 2 kills get claimed. Already 2. I'm on the defuse, getting a bit dangerous, but okay. Safe hands. Cryo eventually wraps around, does find the shot.
Stella wins them that round, though, too.
Damage
the kill onto Mr. Fallen.
मेरा सब बी में बैठा है रोटेट मार के बोल रहा हूँ ये
But
में
the
जाकर
fragging coming out from Stella has just been amazing in this tournament.
भोपाल में ऐसे भाग रहे हैं मजा आएगा ट्रांजिशन होता है वीडियो का ट्रांजिशन हो जाता है
is likewise amazing, especially considering the pitch that's coming around. Yeah, huge plays from 100 Thieves. Those are the kind of moments that they need.
ऐसे क्या मैं राइट क्लिक कर देने का गोपाल भी आती है
That's one of the things that lost this match for 100 Thieves against EDG. They just couldn't stop moments of magic from Chishu and Haodong.
Not down to the half by for FUT. Stella. Oh, that angle on the beat! And yet, moments of brilliance from FUT. It's what makes them a dangerous team. Out with his life and nice monetary upgrade in the form of that rifle. Already swarming the site though. It's a fast reaction from 100 Thieves. This time, looks like they are trying to fight as well towards the back of the site. Smoke, it was a recall as well, pulled back all the way, and the Sheriff's it's not quite good enough. As I say that though, matching them pound for pound tonight. Nade is really, really fantastic. Taking a lot of damage. Paranoia though, that's going to be setting them up to Sanchols! Oh my goodness, and this is getting so damn messy!
They're giving me flashbacks to Vitality of yesterday, Brent, where the player quality is so dangerous, and the eco rounds feel like Footballista maybe even favored. Thieves playing with the fear of God in them as they swing these corners.
And his shots were just magnificent.
Yomen भोको है पता कहाँ स्मोक किया था ऐसा स्मोक किया है योमेन ने
Final kill there. I feel like he takes his time, he's a little cleaner, but
ये हमारा योमेन ऐसा स्मोक किया कि आप ही
relying on the
बोलिए
spray and spraying and crouching.
मरा
It's a really messy round that lends itself perfectly into the
वही बोलो ना ये
was quite forced.
अरे ये रेना प्लैटिनम प्लेयर है अपोनेंट के
He's watched everybody else die around him.
अपोनेंट के रेन
4-4
ड्रैगन
score.
भैया
100 Thieves economy has been getting
वो
squeezed
था
in this game.
हमारे जब नहीं मैं बहुत नीचे ये हाथ ही नहीं लगा रहा तुम भी मैं दो ना तुम ना
ए ये लो मेरा वाला स्किन दिख रहा है
Line up for 100 weaves.
What, sorry?
मेरा वाला ये
Is it equal to
गेम करेंसी है तो
Well,
होगा
I'm not sure. He's just one, isn't he?
just one man? Yeah.
He's only one man. What can one man do?
पीछे से आ रहा
प्लैटिनम
So timeout here
ये
called.
क्या है
100 Thieves with an opportunity to consult with the coach Mikes about what they should do in this
Moment
round. 'Cause I
सही
think
हो
it's not clear whether you should go for a force buy or not.
आ रहा है क्या भैया
They have big ults to work with. They
ऐसे
could make
देख
it
लो
work, but if they
खा दिया
don't,
कैमरा में
लोग सब मर रहे हैं
ए प्लैटिनम प्लेयर मर गया
you know, you're looking at the
प्लैटिनम
wrong
प्लेयर
end
मर
of
गया अभी मेरे को टेंशन नहीं है कोई
7-5
ऐसे ही
or
दे देगा
8-4 if
सब
you lose this.
Yeah, not the best of halves.
एक ऊपर लग रही है
It is that full investment from 100 Thieves and a bit of a gamble for them. With their setup.
So here comes this long-range knife. You see
चल जाना
all the way back from the base.
ये देखो पागल हो गए
It does feel like 100 Thieves have been doing their homework. They recognise that in the past it means that there's a bit more of a passive hold.
पागल हो गए
It's just Mosh holding down to the back of A, anchoring.
And I think you get the read from the
गोपाल
sage
भैया
wall anyway,
ऐसे ऐसे
right?
लोग
You
हैं
see that Attic
देख
Captain's
लो
walled off B, so I
पहले में
think breaking the B wall and then pivoting back to A is going to be a pretty decent game plan.
ट्रिपलर है
Football is not really
देखो
meeting
कौन
the
बोल
gap in
रहे
their
देखो
defense
देखो
as they have
खुद ही
3
चला
players stacked
बोल
on
रहे
C,
चिन मारो
while Bang goes and
देख
plays
रहा है
quads.
मैं यहाँ पे देख रहा हूँ
See whether this
ऐसे देख रहे हो कि
one time they fake it.
अरे
What
दो
option do
पकड़
they
के
want to
मारेंगे
take
ना
here?
सबको
Stella is self-containing as well.
प्लेयर आया
That
था
C
तो
choke point,
ये
making sure that
गोपाल
none of the
भाई
defenders
बोले,
end up
मत जाओ
ये तो
हाँ हो
हम
गया
मेरे
trying to
से
press the
slow
advantage that they have.
इमोशनल डैमेज
गोपाल भैया को पता नहीं गोपाल भाई प्रो बन जा रहा है एंड सब मरेगा तुम जल्दी जाओ अरे मिड छोड़ो मैं देख रहा हूँ
Looks like the
एंड
spike is leaning towards that A site.
I'm
अरे
really surprised that
पता
Footballista
चिल
aren't trying to move somebody over his way.
मैं तो
They're just planning
मस्त
to play a
कैमरा देख
full
रहा हूँ
retake setup here.
चिल
Nightfall to try and fake some presence towards B, I believe,
मेरे
latching
पीछे
onto
से कोई ना आ जाए
one of the targets, which was at a captain. He's not going to be able to hear those sound cues, and that's going to set them up. Oh my goodness, showstopper into the turret. What did it do to deserve that?
चलो बहुत हुआ मजाक
But a full retake setup being played by FUT, just backing away, making sure they don't give away too many easy kills. They know that they have that weapon advantage, the rifle advantage, and it's going to be down to Stellar, honestly. He's taking an incredibly late flank this entire time. The backup plan for them, but timing is going to be so important, especially if FUT decide to take this with some speed. And pace finally starting to get injected. Fight's being taken, bit of rifle spam. Sounded quite messy off to the side, but it was a kill claim. Now that flash to re-clear, Cryo dodging, weaving, ducking, and a double face up. Fully blinded up, still Gary. How does he claim that one? And they do eventually shut down the retake.
मुंडी दिखाओ मर
Watching this
जाओ
game so far, it feels like aim versus brain.
ये
It feels like Footballista are just able to win no matter what their decision making in some of these rounds because the player talent is absurd. And for 100 Thieves to be able to win these situations, they need to be working the map, pulling the rotates, identifying gaps in the defense, getting into the post-plant setups, supporting each other well. Like all of the fundamental stuff is still being done really well for 100 Thieves. And they're only 5-4 up despite getting pistol and follow-up because FUT are that dangerous. Here they have Sheriffs in their hand again, Mr. Fallen with the Guardian.
चलाना है यार बहुत
I'm not counting them out whatsoever.
देख अभी खुजली हो रहा है
Gotta respect it. That prowess that they've been showcasing. Really precise
पर ये
aim,
लगता
instant
मस्त
contact
है
push
देखो मुझे
from FUT. Real players
हाँ,
deep down
aim है।
C, and it's yeah, that presence towards B. Looks like they want to try and take the fight, but contained in good time. The door was rotating around, and
don't worry,
kind of
pro
Reina
Reina the pro is coming. Reina the pro is
Mosh
coming.
looks like he wants to try and take some risks.
Yeah, really safe stuff. Very nicely done by 100 Thieves on the contain. Even if those 3 players had decided not to open the door, but had instead pushed into spawn, Stellar and Bang were ready and waiting.
Should be a free plan. Took the risk of this going wrong. Some miraculous stuff. Okay, well, Mr. Fallen almost getting away with one there. 2 players, the remaining players of FUT there falling, so Prime Gaming flawless, keeping the money going strong now for 100 Thieves. Starting to build themselves up to a nice sizable lead. Yeah, Stellar as well will be able to get a bit of a weapon upgrade as well, finally getting rid of that stinger.
Kiwi goes back to the op. But just taking a look at kind of the round in a replay, that 100 Thieves, that is how you deal with an eco. Super ready for a push coming through. All of the players support each other and really precise. And that's what you expect them to look like. Kiwi opping. Over on C again. Hasn't decided to op on A this entire time.
In fact, leaving B completely open.
But this time, they are actually following that KO knife over at A.
This is a dangerous moment, Stellar. Waiting right into the sidelines of Kiwi.
Will they expect Mr. Fallen to be here? Every other time this KO knife has meant there's nobody on A, we're holding passive.
They've been clearing this sometimes with a KO knife to the back of the ruins. Mr. Fallen could be just that extra thorn in their sides. He tries to take a fight. Maybe around the time of the haunt, he knew he was going to be revealed. Even the nightfall, making sure nobody's just hiding behind these blocks. It's okay, spam down the wall, why not? Even isolating that fight as well. And a captain just feels like he maybe has to take a risk there. Fighting that one, and what a flick from Cryo, the readjustment. Crosshair placement wasn't the cleanest in the world, you gotta be kidding me. Double satchel plays. The C's latching on. Here we in a bit of trouble, obviously cutting off all the sound cues, but there's that 2v3, retaking with the operator. Never advisable. FUT might just opt into saving this round, playing it really safe. Or not, still looking like they actually want to fight this one. A flash ready in the hands of Asuna though. Bit of a free fire to see the stars down. Now the wall looks off that sideline. Pop flash play pushing through. Fully blinded up, but a spam. Blessed by God in that moment, it feels like still the stun finds one. With the rifle upgrade still, a slide off angle, Asuna is favoured.
I don't think that was even spam. Bang was holding anti-flash, ready for the play to be made. And I think you just get another glimpse into the thought process of 100 Thieves and how good those fundamentals are. Yeah, and also the diligence there to clear this out. They've been getting the A side of the map for free a lot of the time, and they're still super diligent about clearing out Mr. Fallen in that position. Round 9 really was the pivotal turning point. If 100 Thieves had lost that, we would be seeing a very different half. But after they managed to cement their victory there, they're running away with this.
Pressure being applied towards A main. You can see the knife as well, forward position by Kiwi. But nothing out of the usual for 100 Thieves. They've been playing most of these attack rounds very slowly.
The only unusual thing is that Bang was using an attacking operator, but you know, having not seen anything, he now just swaps back over to the Phantom and chucks it over the edge, I believe.
Taking up the space towards C. 2 players holding it down. They're going to have to be the difference maker.
Cryo double blast back play, perhaps?
Yeah, all being picked up. The Haunt online, just contacting. Right into the sight lines, right into the sight lines. A Morgan, the swing is good, but just can't quite find the kill. Fragment nade also a little bit delayed. Able to really pass that onslaught of the 100 Thieves players, making sure that they take the entirety of the side. Even that plan going down, Asuna is low. There's a paranoia, wasn't really linked up with anything else. Making sure that they clear all of this. The knife though, moving the ult away from Kiwi. This is going to be difficult. There is a res online. The captain could try and bring somebody back right behind the wall there. What do they want to opt for? Pushing forwards.
But it's still that incredibly good post-plant position.
Yeah, and how do you disrupt this? There's no one on the flank. Lockdown's going to be used. This is going to be gaining a bit of space for them, but time is starting to run low. What a shot, Kiwi! The lockdown might do it. Passive still overplays his hands now to showstopper. It's giving him that kill. Fires the rocket, but it goes just directly wide. And now the captain pushing forwards. Tap into the spike with the lockdown. Okay, defusing half of it. It's down to Bang. Stun spray down. faster by this time. Mr. Farland's done it.
पूरा अंदर घुस के पूरा
Absolutely majestic gameplay. Despite the heroics of Bang, just unable to pull it through for them. And so FUT, they gain themselves a respectable half.
It certainly is respectable. 5'7" footballist. They showcased their ability to hit some absurd shots. And also, what a great lockdown towards the end there to push everybody back and disrupt that post plan. Footballists also have not showcased their attacking side very much because they destroyed RRQ on this map. So 100 Thieves are now going blind into the second half.
So an interesting Lotus awaiting us as well in the second half. But before all that, the desk is going to be breaking down what we've seen so far.
Thank you very much, guys. A 7-5 half, but my God, Mimi, that was scrappy.
Yeah, it really was. And I think that was kind of the defining moment at the half. Josh was talking about the fact that there was a lot of really readable plays for footballists, and they leaned into that again. They played very similar. Thieves had an excellent read on it. The thing is, those rounds started to get very scrappy at the end, and I wanted to look back at one of them where FUT was actually able to get away with winning one of these eco rounds. It starts off with 100 Thieves having a good call. They realize that with that killing, without seeing that Sage wall, they're expecting a walk-up. There's another holds for us. It gets kind of owned initially, but the reaction is good. Pivot back to C for 100 Thieves. And they want to push space in the post flank because they're worried about a multi-flank. They see all those players on the side. That's the right call. The thing is that FUT just has such an insane individual level that they're still able to win out those rounds against a team that's normally so good at trading.
Yeah, I mean, Josh has been talking about it. The individual skill level of all of these players cannot be underestimated, and pushing them like that, even though you have that weapon advantage, you feel confident you can get shut down, and they did. One of the things to look forward to, though, Josh is also kind of teeing this up right at the end. We have not seen very much of footballs on attack. Kiwi, he's getting ready.
उल्टा मॉडलिंग में ज़्यादा मेहनत हुई है
मॉडलिंग में सब है सेट इनवाइट पे दिख नहीं रहा है दिखेगा तुम्हारी
मैं पानी पी के यार चालू करो
ए वेदांत को कि चूना लग रहा है क्या खरीदो बोल के वो अपने से खरीदते जा रहा है
अरे ऑपरेटर का दो स्किन बैठ के फ्रेंडजी
मुझे लग रहा है कोई उसको मतलब बोल रहा है ले लो समझ गए
वो सस्ता स्किन भी नहीं है अब ग्लिंग पॉप लेने का फ्रेंजी तब भी वो 22
मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूं वो अभी छोटा बच्चा है समझे वो इन्फ्लुएंस हो जा रहा है उन लोगों से समझ गए
और ड्रैगन आ रहा है लेकिन ड्रैगन कितना महंगा है
हां ड्रैगन तो महंगा है बहुत महंगा है 24 ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस हो जा रहा है
और ऊपर से उसने ये हमने बैटल पास जो लिया ना वो भी उसके पास है
वो तो है वो तो बैटल पास हर बैटल पास ले ही रहा है
वो मेरे जैसे कर रहा है और मैं
रेडियंट पॉइंट से लिए जा रहा है
बैटल पास ले स्कीना से कान
उसका मेन रीजन बैटल पास लेने का है रेडियंट पॉइंट
हां
मैं थोड़ा टक्कर किन से
मैं बैटल पास
हां 800 टका दे
स्किन अच्छा आता है और मैं ले लिया वो
800 टका एवरी टाइम वो उसको ना वो ग्रुप में इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहा है समझ
तो 2 प्लेट बिरयानी हो जाएगा
देखा गोपाल नगर सेम देखा
अरे यार क्या ही चल रहा है
अरे पर इतना क्या इन्फ्लुएंस है ये क्या होता है
अरे गोपाल भाई उसने जो पैसा उड़ाया ना मैं आपको हिसाब दूंगा तो आप बोलो कि लाइक क्या कर रहे हो
बहुत पैसा उड़ा
आज आए थे ना जो आज दोपहर जो खेले आए थे ना
इसलिए उड़ा रहा है जब अपने से कमाने लगेगा ना तब नहीं करेगा
अरे उसको बोलोगे ना वो क्या पता है वो बंदा फ्रीलांसिंग काम ले रहा है जो इनकम है उसको उस पैसे से ये सब खरीद रहा है
वो सब पैसा वो कर ले रहा है मतलब अरे उसको सब बकलोल बनाते बकलोल बनता है समझ गए
वो फ्रीलांसिंग काम लाता है
वो है ना इटाची उसके बाद कौन है ना और सब
उसने प्रोटोकॉल का सेरिफ लिया बराबर
हां प्रोटोकॉल शेयरिंग
वो भी 2000
वो 2400 है 24
पागल लोग है क्या एक ले लिया एक दो ले लिया बस ठीक है
उसने जितना लिया ना वो 2000 प्लस का ही है सिर्फ वो प्राइम को छोड़ के
प्राइम भी तो उतना ही पड़ता है 1700 पड़ता है क्या भाई
प्राइम 1700 है
2100 पड़ता है तो शायद अच्छा
मैच फाउंड
ओह माय गॉड
ऊपर से उसने पूरा रिवर का बंडल ले लिया है
वो तो जिस दिन वो बंडल लिया मैं समझ गया ये गया एक हफ्ते गया
8000 वाला वो बंडल था वो ले लिया पूरा
No one can hold their breath forever.
बहुत कर लिया एक्सपेरिमेंट साइफर लेके आ जाओ राइना से पिटाई ये मेरे को अभी अजीब लग रहा है खेलने में ऐसा लग रहा है कि मतलब लग रहा है मतलब नहीं लग रहा है मतलब क्या बोलूं मैं समझ में नहीं आ रहा
एक सेकंड में आता है
ए प्रतीक तुम्हारा लाइव चल रहा है बंद कर दो
क्यों
लाइव चल रहा है लाइव कौन देख रहा है कोई नहीं देख रहा
ओ डिस्कॉर्ड पे ये सर
हां डिस्कॉर्ड
वो देख रहे थे हम VCT इसीलिए चल रहा था।
ओ अच्छा अच्छा, तो ट्विच बोलते हैं ना, ट्विच पे होता है ना?
नहीं, YouTube पे।
यूट्यूब पे? ट्विच पे भी तो होता है।
YouTube पे है।
यूट्यूब पे देखो। अच्छा, ट्विच पे भी तो होता है, देखते बैठे बैठे देखते रहते हैं।
वो अलग है, यो अलग लैंग्वेज है ट्विच वाला।
ओ अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, हमारा कोई इंडियन माल जीत रहा है क्या? कोई इंडियन बंदा जीत रहा है क्या?
हाँ है ना,
मुझे कल कल दिखाए थे।
इसके रॉसी
जीतेगा तो क्या किया? 4 करोड़। अच्छा, 4 करोड़ जो है वो एक इंडिविजुअल टीम को मिलेगा या फिर मतलब टोटल प्राइस पूल है? मतलब फर्स्ट सेकंड टोटल प्राइस, मतलब इंडिविजुअल को उतना नहीं मिलेगा। हाँ, तो इंडिविजुअल को शायद, इंडिविजुअल बोल रहा हूँ सॉरी, मतलब इंडिविजुअल टीम को शायद 1 करोड़ मिलेगा, किसी को 50 लाख मिलेगा, ऐसा ऐसा करके है ना? या फिर 10 लाख 20 लाख 50 लाख ऐसे करके है ना? तो ऐसा ही होता है, सब लोग
ऐसा ही होता है, वो तो
ऐसा ही होता है, सभी होता है। इसको लेके जाएगा। देखो ब्रोंज लॉबी है, पता नहीं क्या होगा ब्रोंज लॉबी में, जरा मार खाते हैं।
क्यों कुछ बोलते क्यों नहीं पता है?
हाँ?
कि टूर्नामेंट है ना, हर 2-3 हफ्ते में होता है।
2-3 हफ्ते? साल में एक बार होता है किसी की?
नहीं, ये
Have stood over so many corpses.
हाँ,
A few more does not matter.
टूर्नामेंट है ना, चलता रहता है।
अच्छा वो, हाँ वो अलग है, वो मैं नहीं बोल रहा, मैं मेन टूर्नामेंट बात कर रहा हूँ। ये सबसे बड़ा टूर्नामेंट यही होगा ना, इससे बड़ा तो कुछ नहीं होगा।
सबसे बड़ा तो यही है, पर वैलो का टूर्नामेंट क्या है, वो चलता रहता है, तो क्या उनको है ना पैसा मिलता रहता है।
पैसे का मैं बात नहीं सोच रहा, क्योंकि ये स्पोर्ट्स टाइप है ना, एक टाइप का स्पोर्ट्स है, ठीक है? तो स्पोर्ट्स में पैसा मिलेगा, वो छोड़ दो। मैं बड़ा इवेंट बता रहा हूँ, बड़ा इवेंट का, बड़ा इवेंट
तो यही है,
हार जीत जो भी होगा इसमें होगा। अच्छा, लोटस में हम लोग का प्लान था, याद है ना? दादा उधर, हम लोग की उधर। ए रुच मत करना, प्रतीक तुम अपना दिखाओ ऑपिंग, क्या दिखा दो। मैं
किधर दिखाऊं?
मार्शल है नहीं, मैं गोपाल लेके था तुम को, बोला वॉल करके ऊपर खड़ा गया। ओ माय गॉड, एक गोपाल ऊपर चले, वाला चले दो।
अनिरुद्ध आ गए।
ये फिर भीमसेन आ गया, यहाँ पे पूरी जगह पे पीछा पीछा पीछा।
Spike planted.
टेलीपोर्ट दे दिया।
Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining. There.
अंदर नहीं,
Last player standing.
बॉटम खेलना तो मार डाली।
यार धत्ती दौड़ा के मार दिया, वो रुका है यार।
गोल्ड प्लेयर है, गोल्ड प्लेयर है।
Their phoenix may feel immortal. I shall remind him just how mortal he truly
मैं यहाँ पे
is.
यूरो के लिए रुक गया, यूरो के लिए। यूरो यहाँ पे टेलीपोर्ट हो गया था, मैं उसको फेंक दूँगा। दिखा मार्शल, दिखा मैं गोपाल लेके साथ हूँ। मैं बैक स्टेप करूँ क्या? बैक स्टेप में अच्छा साइपर है, नहीं जा सकता, छोड़ो। ये लोग यहाँ से आ रहे ना, रुको, आने दो आने दो, मैं यहाँ से पकड़ूंगा। पति यहाँ से दिखता नहीं ना, कोई बैठेगा तो
नहीं दिखता।
पूरी जगह पे लिखी आ रहा है। ए पति मिस कर दिए तो बस यही चाहिए था पति।
No charges left.
ये कैमरे में कैसे देख रहा है?
वॉल डाउन हो रहा है।
उधर 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 देखो, उधर
Toxin screen down. Enemy spotted A.
वो खाया है वो बंदा।
यहाँ पे भी है,
और उसको मैं देख रहा हूँ।
इधर भी है क्या? इधर एक साइपर है।
बी जा सकते, बी जा सकते।
Enemy spotted A.
ये मर गया।
बी जा सकते,
ऊपर आ गया, ऊपर
Toxins going up.
गोपाल पे हील, गोपाल पे हील, गोपाल पे हील।
नहीं
ओके हमारे स्पॉट में देखो, पीछे घूमो गोपाल पे, पीछे घूमो आ रहे।
किधर है?
राइट डाकू है, हाँ ये वो देखो।
30 seconds left.
पतिक मारा गंदा वाला। पतिक एपी रहो। गोपाल बी था।
देखो बी केयर करो।
ये फिनिश यहीं पर था।
पतिक बैकअप दे रहा।
One enemy remaining. 10 seconds
भाई ये
left.
मैंने क्या देख लिया
Spike
देखिए
down
बस
B.
बस सामने सामने नीचे 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 प्लांटिंग एरिया में आ गया
Last
बैकअप
player
दो यार
standing.
बैकअप दो यार
रुको होल्ड करो टाइम पे खेलना गंदा मारा गंदा अबे ये योरू कहाँ से अच्छा योरू यहाँ से फेंक दे रहा है यहाँ पे
फैंटम
यहाँ पे
Anyone have funds to spare?
वो योरू यहाँ पे फेंकते हैं अपना टीपी
Gun here.
ए ले लिए छोड़ो ये क्या हुआ मेरे पास पैसा क्यों नहीं हो रहा हाँ मैं भी किल निकाला
आपने प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट नहीं किया पैसा नहीं मिलेगा
ले पैसा
Toxins going up.
दादा लगता मरने वाला है मेरे को लग रहा है मैं दादा के पास जाता हूँ सी मेरे को लगा था हम लोग
Toxin screen down. Enemy spotted. Spike down. C.
अबे ये धर तेरी अंदर
One enemy remaining.
नीचे
I know exactly where.
जल्दी
नहीं पता
Reloading.
मैं साइपर को पूरा मिस कर दिया तो साइपर अंधा गोली चला रहा था ये
Figuring out how? Just ask.
हमारे पास तो भाई नहीं उनके पास
Reloading.
भाई क्यों नहीं हो रहा समझ में नहीं आ रहा
Reloading.
तो मैं स्पेक्टर लूंगा बैक स्टेप तक करने को फायदा मैं बैक स्टेप में करता हूँ ये लोग ना आता नहीं साला रुको गोपाल दा वॉल करो देखा ना मैं रुचि को बैक स्टेप में करूंगा इनको
I'll find their cipher.
हाँ
इधर है क्या
अबे ऐसे सब है ये लोग बॉल लेने आया था पता है बॉल लेने गोपाल तुमने क्या कर प्रतीक गोपाल तुम्हें क्या एक ना ठीक है जी एडिट नहीं है
Poison's off.
ना आज बोले मन होच्छे ना अच्छा ये लोग पीछे होल्ड पीछे खेल रहा है मार दिया पीछे साइफर और फिर एक साथ ही है वो सी नहीं आएगा दादा एक बार तुम सी बैठ जाओ दादा सारा तो मर गया दादा सी चले जाओ
फिनिक्स है मैं
इधर फ्लैश डाला उसने
दादा सी जा
Toxin screen down.
आएगा तो पकड़ना उसको बस
बी जाएगा
बी सी
बी
प्लांट पकड़ो
Spike planted.
पकड़ो पीछे भागा डिफिट मारो
Poison orb remaining.
मारो दिया डिफिट मारा गोपाल डिफिट मारो हां गोपाल डिफिट मारो
टिप करो
कर होएगा
Last player standing.
बच गया ये खतरनाक बच्चा है लेकिन ये बोले ये वॉल किया था ना गोपाल दा वो मस्त लेने आ रहा था ये इसका बच्चा बॉल लेने आ रहा था आ गया बॉल के
वैसे ही उछना
ऐसे पैसा क्यों नहीं हो रहा हम लोगों का कुछ चेंज किया
আমি তো মরলাম না তারপরে से টাকা নেই
मेरे को भी पैसा नहीं मिला यार
अरे मेरे को ना फुल शील्ड बाय नहीं कर पा रहा ये कुछ चेंज किया ये लोग फिर से
मैं 3 राउंड से फैंटम बाय कर रहा हूं
तू कर रहा है हम नहीं कर रहे हैं ना तो तेरे पास बाई भी है तब भी
वही तो बोल रहा हूं 3 राउंड से फैंटम बाय भी कर रहा हूं मैं क्या हो गया
तो किल भी निकल रहे डैमेज भी दे रहे तब भी नहीं हो रहा
समझ में नहीं है भाई मेरे टॉप टैगर चल 3 मिनट नहीं हो रहा
Toxins going up.
बैकअप लो ये तो प्रतीक यही तो चाहिए जस्ट सुप्रीमेसी वो अलग ही चलता है इस साइबर को बड़ा
One enemy remaining. Spike down
मेरे पास
A.
है प्लांटिंग
अंदर छोड़
प्लांट नहीं करेगा स्पाइक हमारे
प्लांट नहीं करेगा
Spike's here.
सर के सामने है
ज्यादा साइपर ना
Careful.
क्या हाई प्लेयर है क्या?
पिक मत करो अंदर ही है।
मोबाइल रुको, एंगल होल्ड को आगे जा थोड़ा आगे जा।
ज्यादा मरेगा वो।
और मार।
ओ
You were a boulder. I am a mountain.
गन ले लो, स्पेक्टर यूज मत करो। फैंटम ले लो।
बॉल वाला गन मिला।
कौन वाला गन? अच्छा ये वाला।
Reload.
कोड 800
चाहिए किसी को कुछ इस बार
है मेरे पास है। तो पार्टी फैंटम है।
Anyone have funds to spare?
आइफर पता है पूरा सुमो में बैठा है, वेट कर रहा है। तो पीछे से आएगा तो मारेगा। बोला अच्छा है भाई।
जज सुप्रीमेसी।
इस बार मेरे को लग रहा है ये लोग बहुत होल्ड करेगा।
बच्चे मेरे सामने यहाँ पे यूरो का टिक आ जाएगा, देख क्या।
इन्होंने कोना में पकड़ेंगे तो।
सी होगा। सर के पास जा रहा है।
ए मार दिया। ये वेट कर रहा था।
Toxins going up.
अंदर तू जा।
मैं नीचे उतर रहा है। ये मैं
अंधा गोली चला रहा है ये लोग, देखेंगे। अच्छा दोनों तरफ है, दोनों तरफ है। सी पे आ गया, सी पे प्लांट।
Toxin screen down.
गोल देखना। ये कहाँ है? ए मर गए। मारे अच्छे। सबसे पीछे को क्या लग रहा है? मर गए। अरे यार कोना में सब कोना में बैठा।
Careful.
लोड़ो बाहर है।
यूरो बाहर है, सब कोना में बैठा।
Last player standing.
ये लोग का ये धंधा चल रहा है। इनका धंधा।
No one will remember them.
यार
टाइट होल्ड करना पड़ेगा। ये लोग ऐसे ही ना उलझा रहा है यार, कुछ नहीं मिला के खेल रहा है बस। एक ओपनिंग देख रहा है।
ओमेन भाई इतना अच्छा
चला
चलाते
क्या बोला? समझा नहीं।
अच्छा फैंटम चलाते नहीं देखा इस लॉबी में।
ओमेन है कहाँ देख रहे हैं? तो किस दिन धो दिए तुम?
Turret out. Don't get in my way.
बी
गोपाल तक बता गया।
हाँ जाने दो।
मैं बचाऊं? मैं जैसे बचाऊं?
अरे ये रोड
मैं ही टूट गया। वो होल्ड कर रहा है, बी पे होल्ड कर रहा है। बचन बे
enemy remaining.
मुझे नहीं पता क्या हो रहा था।
Spike down. C.
Go for a second.
ये पता है कहाँ पे? पीछे
Spike spotted. You were barely.
अब बताओ मेरा स्पॉन खाया ये बताओ। ए रुक।
नहीं मैंने चल नहीं सर ने खाया।
नहीं सर ने खाया।
सर ने खाया। आई एम द आई विटनेस।
अच्छा ठीक है।
योर चाइल्डहुड फ्रेंड यू एंड योर एज।
ए रुक क्या कर रहे हो? मैं 3 दिन आगे बाद पीट रहा हूँ, तुम आगे नहीं मत पड़े। क्या कर रही है?
ना भाई ना हो रही
हमसे
ना हो पाई। तो मैं कौन सा आ रहा था?
अभी ये लोग ए आएगा, ठीक है? क्या तुम सी में चिल मारो, नहीं आएगा।
वो पंपी है क्या?
Toxins going up.
तो लाइटली खेल रहा था।
पता है बहुत मार खाया था। अभी ये पे अभी हाथ पीछे मारा है। घुस रहा है। फटाफट। ठीक है। बोल दा कुछ नहीं।
I know exactly where you are.
मेरा फटाफट किया होगी क्या?
One enemy remaining.
आके पीछे हाँ लग गए।
अरे ये व्हाट इज दिस? ये 80 का डैमेज अंदर होल्ड करो। नीचे को बचन ऊपर सामने बस उसके अंदर दोनों एक साथ जाओ।
Time out. Your tactics failed.
कैसे मारते हैं? इतना स्टेट गोपाल जरा फ्री नहीं थे।
Take back what is mine.
मेरे को देखा नहीं था फ्री में से मारना है। ठीक 80 का डैमेज।
बच्चे पे जाओ।
एपे इस बार वो लोग
स्किन दो बोल बोल बटन
लोग सहमा हुआ है ठीक है वो लोग होल्ड करेगा पीछे
बटन भैया स्किन दो गरीब आदमी
जो लोग सहमा हुआ है होल्ड करेगा पीछे
Placing alarm bot.
ये लोग सोचेगा कि कोई आएगा मारेंगे फिर घुसेंगे मेरे को लग रहा है बी अटेम्प्ट होने वाला है इस बार वॉल टूटने का वेट किया जाएगा मेरे को लग रहा है बी अटेम्प्ट होगा वॉल टूटने का वेट किया जाएगा बाकी हर कोई नहीं चलेगा एक हैट्रिक मारा है आएंगे तो तुम मुंडी देगा तुम ही मारोगे ये तो नहीं है ठीक है नहीं आएगा ये लोग सी इन लोग का
सी
पे आ गया ओके चलो सी पे
होल्ड करो एक होल्ड करो ओनली योरू है
बी पे होने वाला है मेरे को लग रहा है अच्छा ग्रुप सी ग्रुप है
सब आ गए
In sight. Spike down. C.
प्लांट यहाँ पे पीछे पर गोपाल है
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
वो एकदम बाहर था नहीं रुको वजन का ट्रेनिंग चाहिए मेरे को
ब्रेक लेके आया करो
I can see why you don't want any of my tech.
मैं तो फिलहाल वैसे ही कर रहा हूँ
Without it.
वही करेंगे ना
Anyone have funds to spare? I thank you.
बोले रेस गोल प्लेयर है बहुत मारा उसको बहुत मारा हूँ
जो लिखा वो बोला
हाँ बहुत मारा उसको गोल प्लेयर तो चाय कम पानी है छोड़ गोपाल ने मार दिया बी कुछ नहीं होगा ए या सीपी होगा
Joke's over.
प्रतीक ओ माय गॉड कैसे पड़ गए
बॉल तोड़ने जा रहा था उसमें पड़ गया
Shadows traveling.
इधर है
बी
Area is clear.
माल्टो पे ना पाली गए थे
ये कैसे बताए
One enemy remaining. Spike down. C.
क्या होता है
सी के साइड होगा देखो
30 seconds left.
स्पाइक होके पास है
Last player standing.
स्पाइक सीधे में
मैं लेने तो दो उसका स्पाइक
आएगा एंगल लेके बढ़ ना भैया ऐसा नहीं
ना रुको
अरे वो ले लेगा
ना प्लांट यहीं पे करेगा
10 seconds left.
प्लांट यहीं पे करेगा टाइम नहीं उसके पास
टाइम नहीं है
मारेगा अबे यार सुन लिया मैं
ठीक है खाना है
वो जाना
Everyone note down your observations, then let's run it again.
मेरे एंगल डर रही था वो निकलता मारता
मैं गलत किया जब टाइम नहीं था ना तब
Need a drop.
जब टाइम नहीं था तब मेरे को वो करना था निकल जाना था
वही
कोई बात नहीं ये रैंडम स्कीम है मैंने इस बार मैं पुश करेगा सी से ये प्रतीक सी में ये से पुश तो नहीं कर पाऊंगा तो हमला रहेगा हमेशा
ए में और ए में और
Toxins going up.
क्या किया इसने उड़ के क्या किया मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया
हवाई यात्रा
प्रतीक नीचे करो तो फट से
Toxin screen down.
बॉल ले रहा था यहाँ पे। बॉल कहाँ पे? सीधे गोपाल को ध्यान दीजिए। सीधे पर ये घुस गया वहाँ से। पीछे हम लोग आते हैं।
Spike planted.
चलो
There. Enemy spotted C. One enemy remaining.
अरे यार अंदर कर दिया। जल्दी ऊपर दो। बस ठीक है। बस ज़्यादा खान पट्टी करेगा। खान पट्टी अपने जेब में रख। पिछाड़े बोल।
ए डिफ्यूज करो भैया।
बोल डिफ्यूज।
I will not die.
अलर्ट चार्ज होगा अलर्ट।
Blasphemous.
ये योर का बच्चा में तो यही पे रहता है। मारा उसको पकड़ के।
साइफर मर गया पर फाइट में पड़ा।
Last round before the switch.
Spend everything.
साइफर मर गया लेकिन उसका ना वो स्मोक उठने का ना वो था। वो क्या नहीं था वो।
बच्चे से बाय मांगो ना ब्रांडन का।
Need a drop.
देना भाई।
Thank you.
वो नहीं चले।
गोपाल भाई और कितने किल में आपका अल्ट चार्ज होगा?
और एक
बस हो जाएगा। एक किल कर दो हो गया। हालांकि जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी।
ये तो लास्ट है ना, ये लास्ट राउंड है।
इसी राउंड में मारो, इसी राउंड में जिंदा करो। ए आ जाओ और पुश।
अबे मर गया सब। 5 मर गया। ये पे सब यार है। फुल पुश हो रहा है। वो ले जाओ। तो क्या करना? जीते क्या करना? ये जाओ। फुल पुश है। पीछे रहो। अबे नहीं करना है।
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
अल्ट खोल दे।
अभी ये साइफर को नमूना है पता है।
ये प्राइम मोड वाह। लास्ट राउंड ही का है और क्या ही करना।
क्या ही लाइनर है तुम्हारा। ये अच्छा था।
सब डैमेज लो।
सब फेंक दो। चाकू ही फेंक दो।
Switching sides.
Stand tall. We
बस
are
उनका 21 किल कहाँ से
We
आया
are
आपका?
fighters.
पता नहीं है रुत। बस मारता गया। वो लोग मारता गया। लेकिन 21 के लिए मेरा कर्ज चला गया। 9-3। पता नहीं क्या होगा
अभी मजा है। 6 असिस्ट किस लिए?
ए दादा ऐसा मत बोलो। तुम तो
11 किल कैसे हो गया असिस्ट से?
ऐसे कैसे होगा?
हाँ तो
ये सब नहीं होता। 21 किल है मेरा, मतलब 21 किल है।
मतलब 17 किलो है वजन में।
ऐसा मत बोलो।
10 किल 11 असिस्ट है। क्या कर?
मेरा किल कौन सी रहा है? 11 नहीं 12 होगा क्योंकि एक मेरा भी असिस्ट है। तो मेरा किल रहा है।
तो चल
Reloaded.
हाँ यहाँ पे कोने को मारता हूँ। कोने वाला पिक क्या करूँ? वो कोने वाला मुंह नहीं दिखा।
Enemy spotted A.
यहाँ पर एनिमी है।
Reloading.
पति खोलो तो मैं देख रहा हूँ।
Placing swarm grenade.
अरे वाह क्या हुआ पता है?
Reloading.
मारो।
One enemy remaining.
पति ये रिकॉर्ड कर दो क्या? ये रिकॉर्ड किया क्या? वो लोग पता है सिंक में गिरा है।
Planted.
वो लोग सिंक में गिरा है। हाँ
ये बैकस्टैप करेगा ना। सर ले लो सर बहुत चलो। बैकस्टैप देखो हमारे स्पॉन देखो।
बहुत मजा आएगा। ये सिंग वाला किल हुआ ना, पूरा एकदम राइट टाइम पे दोनों का गोली चला है। वो नहीं आएगा। मैं तो मानने जा रहा हूँ। हटो। नहीं आएगा वो।
सेव करो गोपाल भाई भागो। ये हमारे स्पॉन से है। तो बोला ना हमारे स्पॉन से आएगा वो।
आते तो लीव कर दिया।
No charges left.
लगा ही नहीं क्या? यार मैं उसको मार देता। मारा क्यों नहीं पता नहीं।
I feel the strain. Block it out, Omen.
इन लोगों से भी गार्डियन दिखाई गार्डियन अभी भेलो खेलना हो जाएगा भेलो भी होगा गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया चलो कर लिया चलो रिचुअल कर लिया ये मुनी दिखा रहा ये मस्त वाला किया तुमने बॉल लेना है तो इसकी कोना में
Enemy spotted A.
बेटा
Enemy screen down. Still inside. There.
Reloading.
अरे तू अंदर देखो मैं यहाँ में देखता हूँ
One enemy remaining.
चाय कम पानी मैं यार पति जो घुस रहे हैं ना मार के हम लोग को सीओडी का खिला सीओडी का प्रतीक ये साइड में वो साइड खत्म चल आगे बढ़ो वो साइड से खत्म आगे बढ़ो
को स्किन दो गरीब आदमी को
ये लो तुम के लिए बैटल पास
Need a drop.
जल्दी दो
Thank you.
ये what is this
Isolate and exterminate. Need a drop.
क्या ड्रॉप सर वहाँ से रह जाता है वहाँ से यहाँ से रह जाएगा
बस फिनिश आंदोलन कर दे तब चलेगा
Cutting their vision.
मार दिया
Spike down. C.
अरे हाँ ठीक है
बोला सर वहाँ से आता है
अरे डुप्लीकेट है ये भगवान डुप्लीकेट मार
Toxin screen down.
पति तुम प्लान करो मर गया पति तुम प्लान करो पति वहीं बैठ जाओ
One enemy remaining.
They were not good enough.
और तो अलग ही पिटा है लेकिन
अरे ओके वॉल तो मैं बहुत दे दिया
Match point.
तो सेक्सी दिख रहा था
ये मैं एक मारूंगा आज सब लग रहा है तो एक ट्राई करेंगे
आपके ऑफ ले
चलो
गोपाल भैया एक
ये लोग आता नहीं है ना प्रॉब्लम वही है
गोपाल भैया पीछे मुड़ सामने या
ये प्रतीक ये क्या निकाल लिए तुम
Let's choke them.
ये वाले गन लो
कोई मुंडी नहीं दिखा रहा सब डरपोक है इसको तो
Reloading.
मुंडी को ये
Enemy spotted.
का बलिदान याद रहा
जिंदा करने वाले पे मार दिया
My ultimate is ready.
मैं पीछे प्रतीक पूरा बीत गया
One enemy remaining.
ये मेरे पास है
ए यार मेरे को मारना था अब तो ठीक है एक
Attackers win.
देना गैस बूस्टर
मेरे को बोल रहा है बहुत पिटाई किया हूं ना उसको
वो अंधा है क्या दिख नहीं रहा उसको अंदर जा रहा
वो लास्ट टाइम ओडिन लेके आया था
एरिसा
नहीं अच्छा नहीं पता
ऐसे खेल के 24 साला किल किया हूं मैं 26 लेकिन मिला 24 नहीं किल में कितना ए 9 सब ही है किल मेरा 26 दिया 24 ये क्या है इतने किल उतना अपने को पॉइंट दे दे
ना
ये भेलो ने अच्छा नहीं किया देखो सबको नीचे ले गया सब ऊपर लाया हूं ऊपर ही है अब सबका दो मैच
Kiwi wasn't there at that game, so he could be the difference maker here. They had to play with their sub. Rouge at the time were into the prime gaming agent select here, and so far it's looking like that the comp they played already.
Yeah, it's looking pretty standard on both sides, but what I'm hoping for is Kiwi, Cryo on the Jet, and that's exactly what we get. This head-to-head is going to be pivotal, because while Cryo is good on race, he's solid, he did fine, his starring agent is this Jet. Like you were talking about, Sue, it's the same thing for Kiwi.
They did a little swapsy. Now Austin has gone to the KO, and Cracks is playing the Fade. So there's a slight change here, but I don't know how that's going to impact the game. But 100 Thieves, they have to win this if they want to stay in the tournament. Saisho and Brent, let's see if they can.
That's right, the heat is building and the pressure is mounting on the side of 100 Thieves because it is do or die, right, in this single elimination. And right now you're staring down the barrel of defeat because, listen, FUT are looking primed and ready. It's quite poetic that we're heading to Haven as well, as the desk has already mentioned. It is. This is the last time that both of these teams played Haven was against each other, admittedly with FUT being a slightly weaker roster with Kiwi not playing.
And I think that that's a real key because in that series, Cryo went crazy.
Match
on Haven, he goes 300 ACS, 7-1 first kill. People couldn't shut him down. Specifically, 100 Thieves on their attack side, where he was dominating. But what we've just seen from Kiwi, going 31-19 with over 220 ADR, like this is going to be an even matchup, I think.
This started.
Last job is लेकिन minus
sheriff in the hands of Kiwi. But Cryo's the one that's going to be leading it in now for 100 Thieves. On this pistol round, dash forwards. Not in close, but a good paranoia. Looks like FUT want to be fighting this one. Putting their own util into this, making sure that it's not an easy task. And despite the flash into the back, still the kills. One after another. Aston with that ghost. Real precision, even the paranoia into the back. And a captain does well to get just the one, but at least the angle's being watched for. So, pistol round. Gets off on the right start here for 100 Thieves.
Such fantastic play from Bang and Asuna to support Cryo as he goes into backside. I think you need to start with the composition from 100 Thieves. Asuna moving away from the Fade and not playing Breach, which is very common on this map too, means that they're going to have quite a bit less utility for Cryo. Right? Asuna's got more for himself, but for Cryo on their retakes or when they try to get, like in that situation where they're trying to push towards the back of the site, having already taken the front, they don't have that extra reach utility. So instead, 100 Thieves have got to rely on extremely good trading. That's what you get from Bang, from Derek and Asuna. Stellar too, actually. These guys are so clean with it.
Certainly being pushed.
Kiwi will continue to push the Brett. I think it's one thing to be able to trade out a Neon. I think in theory it's even more difficult to trade out the Jet. If Kiwi starts getting the feel of the game and getting this groove going, he's going to be able to force 1v1s just based off the age play.
Have you thought about my offer? You don't have to.
Never. At least one, maybe two players for sure.
गोल्ड भी नहीं है कोई, सब 3 सिल्वर 2 ब्रॉन्ज है।
देखते हैं, चलो मार्क पड़ेगा तो पता चलेगा। ये तो गोल्ड सिल्वर सब अभी मेरे को ये गोल्ड सिल्वर सब ई लेवल लगते हैं, ई लेवल समझ गए।
गोपाल का कुछ गोल्ड है क्या भैया?
सिल्वर 1 2 3
सिल्वर 1 2 3
आपने को ट्रैकर डाउनलोड किया?
हाँ, सिल्वर 1 2 3 ब्रॉन्ज 2 एंड ब्रॉन्ज 2।
ओह माय गॉड, गोपाल देवी वैलोरेंट ट्रैकर। ओह माय गॉड, गोपाल देवी देख देख के पीछे सब
नाम गेस कर ला मैं।
बढ़िया भाई, हो गया ठीक है। मैं जा रहा हूं, मेरे को भी डर लग रहा है।
आगे मरेगा, सब मरोगे पीछे दाश होगा। प्रतीक
Enemy spotted A. Spike down A.
बहुत प्रतीक देख तुम
Toxin screen down.
ए प्रतीक बचा रे प्रतीक, ए प्रतीक कहां भाग रहे हो प्रतीक? देखो मरेगा। अब मरो देखा।
Last player standing.
तुम भागते ही नहीं हो जाता, भागे क्यों?
इजी का
यार तुम्हारे पीछे आ रहा है।
Placing swarm grenade.
घुमा दो, तुम्हारे पीछे
Swarm grenade out.
अरे प्रतीक तुम भाग नहीं था, पता है वो जगह होल्ड करना था, मैं 2 जगह से फंस गया।
अरे भागा नहीं था, नीचे ही था।
ये तुम ऊपर से नीचे क्यों गए? नीचे आना था नीचे। अरे यार सामने वाले को
Spike planted.
दादा को 2 जगह से पड़ेगा। दादा को 3 जगह से पड़ेगा।
Where are we going this time? Remember what worked in the past.
अरे यार फंस गया, चलो कोई बात नहीं। सोबा को गंदा मारो, सोबा को मुंडी दिखाया, खोपड़ी खाई गया है। तुम्हें बैकअप देते मैं निकाल देता। मैं दोनों तरफ से मैं फंस गया। ओमिन यहाँ से आ रहा था, उसको मारा, जैसे ही घुसा वैसे मेरा गोली खत्म।
Let's choke them.
मेरे को बेट कर रहे हो, मैं अल्टीमेट बेटर बनेगा। गोपाल के पास जाना है नहीं है। सभी मारे हो मजा।
Cover going out. Toxins going up.
गोपाल के पास। नहीं गोपाल के पास।
Multiple enemies A.
दोनों तरफ से आ रहा है।
अभी ये सेकंड राउंड में गोट या वैंडल लेके
Last player standing.
ये लोग के पास बाय नहीं रहेगा। हाँ ठीक है। उठा
Spike planted.
गोल उठे पीछे नहीं जा सिर्फ करो।
जाना नहीं जा रहा हूं, फाइट मत
छेड़ तुम मुझे गन हो जावे छेड़ दो।
ऐसा नहीं, पूरा सी भागो, आप सी भागो पूरा आराम से, सी भागो, चिल मारो, पानी पियो, ऐश करो।
सेव को ना छेड़ दो। लेकिन ना भेंडा लेके आ गया ना ये लोग।
साला भाई ना
बस ओवल कुछ हो जाए इनको बस तक तो जाए। वो एपिक किल रखो, एपिक किल तो टेरर मारे। एडीएफ किल मरेगा, आने दो मरेगा, कोई ना कोई तो मरेगा। ये लोग मस्त अपना स्पॉन पे ढूंढ रहा होगा। रे मिस हो गया, एपिक किल मिस हो गया इस बार।
की बंदूक से
We are the perfect pair
भेंडल
to give life. I take it.
अरे पैसा नहीं हो रहा।
ये लोग सब तरफ से आ रहा है ना। रुको चलो, ये लोग खोल के आ रहा है ना। ये लोग ये नहीं आएगा, 2 बार तो आ चुका है। ओ अच्छा, ओमेन ज्यादा उड़ रहा है ना ये लोग।
सोचिए बॉटम फ्राई कर साले, ऊपर तो आ, फिर बगवा करना। रुक
उड़ रहा है मैं आधा तुम ये देखो मैं सी देखूंगा। तो पागल घुसता है ना।
Shadows traveling.
हाँ बच्चे बसते बहुत है।
ये आओ
ए में आ जा।
एमी है क्या सब? बोल दिया सब। आगे मारो। बैकअप दो।
अरे दो अंदर कुछ
गया। अरे यार पति का बोल रहा हूँ, अंदर बैठो, मर जाएगा सब। वो घुस जाएगा दो तरफ, समझ गए ना।
Last player standing.
बोल रहा हूँ ना, तुम गलत जगह यहाँ पे।
One enemy remaining.
हिल करो।
Spike planted.
आराम से, ये लो है, अगर मार दो तो बहुत बढ़िया। ऐसे नहीं, यहाँ से मत कूदो, यहाँ साइड से कूदो। हाँ यहाँ से कूदो, एक एंगल पर क्लिक करके फिर आगे जाओ। वो सामने बैठा, ठीक है, एकदम सामने। हाँ देखो, ठीक है। अभी आराम से
डिफूज करो।
घुस जाओ, उसको मार दो, अंदर घुसो, मारो। बस जो वो आएगा अभी गेट में, वो अटैक करेगा, कुछ भी करेगा, घुस के मार देना।
बार यहाँ बैठो।
It helps with accuracy.
नहीं उधर कोई नहीं घुस रहा। वो लोग सब क्या कर रहे हैं पता है? यहाँ से घुसता है, दोनों तरफ से अटैक करता है। एक जन है तो मर जा रहा है हर बार। देखता हूँ वहाँ पे बैक स्टेप छोड़ दो, आएगा ना। मैं तो आ रहा हूँ वहाँ से, मैं देख लूँगा। मैं मर जाऊँगा तो फिर देख लूँगा। अभी कहाँ जा रहे तुम? मर गया।
को उधर बोर लगा।
अरे दादा तुमको प्लान करते एपी रहो, तुम आओ मत।
इधर क्यों आ गए आप?
जरा पति खोला है। बैकअप दादा ये फंड में मारने देखा। प्लान टू
Reloading. Spike down A.
Poison orb emitted. They will cover.
Blindfold. Fire in the hole. Spike is safe. Last player standing.
ये यार एपी हम लोग होल्ड नहीं कर पा रहे।
They're just batteries.
रुको इधर तुम छोड़ो ये जगह, मैं देखता हूँ इधर। एक साइड दो, मैं एक साइड देखता हूँ।
बुरा लगा पति की।
मेरा स्मोक भी वो टाइम पे ही गया, पता है।
पति छोड़ दो, पति तुम सी जाओ। इधर आओ, तुम इस तरफ देखो, मैं इस तरफ देखो।
कोई जज लो रे, बस ना जज ले लो।
जज नहीं लेना, जज में नहीं, रुको आने जाना, एक ही आदमी आता, दो आदमी नहीं आता। तुम इस तरफ देखो, इस तरफ देखो, मैं इस तरफ देखता हूँ। आ रहा है ए पे, आ रहा है,
आ जाओ।
Toxins going up.
घुस के आ रहा है, अति देखो उस तरफ, मैं इस तरफ देखता हूँ।
One down.
Reloading.
Nowhere to run.
अंदर घुसा, ये लोग अंदर घुसा।
One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
इंडिया अकेला है।
Last player standing.
स्टेज बैठा, स्टेज इधर ही है।
ये क्या कर रहे हैं ये लोग? मैं देखा नहीं पूरा, यहाँ पे बैठा था, मैं देखा नहीं पूरा, यहाँ पे बैठा था। अबे मार्क नहीं हो रहा है, यहाँ बैठा था, पूरा नहीं देखा।
Oh, it's personal now.
अभी भी पैसा नहीं हो रहा।
सेम यार।
चलो के खेलना पड़ रहा है, ये लोग तो घुस जा रहे हैं, वरना गन नहीं लेंगे तो हेवी गन मार देगा। सेम करेंगे यहाँ पे, देखो इस बार सी होने वाला है, इस बार सी अटैक होगा। ऐसा पूरा ट्रैप पे बिछा के मार दो दो को, हम लोग आते हैं।
Time for a field test.
अरे तुम फिर से गलत पोजीशन में बैठ गए प्रतीक। अभी तुम यहाँ बैठो, अभी तो हम लोग इधर दोनों है।
और फेंक के आ जाएगा तो सही है बस।
ये तो सी है। दादा तो आगे जा रहा है, दादा मरा। अरे तुमको आगे नहीं जाना दादा, तुमको आगे नहीं जाना है, पीछे ट्रैप लगा के आना है, उसमें तो अगले पॉइंट तो बोल सी है, तो सी है।
Shadows traveling.
प्लांट हो रहा है क्या? प्लांट हो रहा है।
बी वॉल।
In sight.
नहीं, टी प्लांटिंग है।
Spike planted.
क्या चला रहा है गोली ये लोग? अरे दादा तुम आगे क्यों कर रहे हो?
Last player standing.
दादा तो टैप चाहिए, फिर से गलती कर रहा है सब।
As much as this world hurt me, it's mine.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, पोजीशन तुम लोग गलत ले रहे हो। यहाँ पे मैं जो आईडी है, तुम ऊपर लगा दी के रहो, तुम सी पे रहो बस, और कुछ मत करो।
तो डैमेज मैटर नहीं करते, पीछे पर
डैमेज कुछ नहीं होता था। वो गोली
मारो,
पता है पहले है, ये एक गोली लगता है फुपी मर जाता है।
आपको बस खोलना है, बस टैप सब दीवारी।
पाती का बोल मिट तक को, अगर तुम उधर देखो, इधर देखो, मर जाएगा तो अलग बात है। पाती तुम रोटेशन के लिए, ठीक है? रोटेशन मारना फट से, इस तरफ हेवी वॉल रोटेशन मारना।
वॉल करो,
चलो वॉल करो।
Barrier created.
लोग अभी आएगा बहुत वो करके।
Turret out.
पीछे आ गया।
इधर भी है।
बोला
नहीं, यहाँ से वो लोग भी जा रहे हैं।
इधर भी आए, वहाँ से पकड़ दो।
ठीक है, रुक जाओ।
142।
अबे क्या हो रहा है बे? प्रतीक ऊपर आ गया, ये लोग ए जा रहा है। ये
ऊपर चढ़ा, सीढ़ी से ऊपर जा रहा है।
Spike planted. What a way to die.
प्रतीक प्लांट कहाँ किया?
ए सी।
प्रतीक ये घुसो। बस ठीक है, नाइस। ऐसा सी पे प्लांट है, तुम ये पे खोल दिए भगवान। स्मोक में देखना।
Area's clear.
ये कोना देखो, कोना ये कोना।
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
इसको ड्यूटी करो फटाफट।
तो शॉट खाएगा सामने से।
अरे ठीक है।
Even with numbers, anything can still happen. Remember that.
सर्कल गए उठक बैठक कर रहा।
ओमेन है तो ज़्यादा बोलो, ओमेन ए पे।
आपको डिफिकल्ट
खोल लिए तो वहाँ से इधर आ जा फट। हम लोग
अरे ये पानी नकली है।
तुझे क्या लगा सिमुलेशन होगा यहाँ पर?
नहीं, इसका आवाज नहीं आ रहा।
पकड़ना पड़ेगा, ठीक है?
Wall raised.
इतना आगे मत रहो, यहाँ से तुमको मार देगा। यहाँ से आगे मत रहो।
Toxins going up.
आगे आगे फट से अभी वो खेलना है। आ रहा है
अंदर जाओ
फटक से पति
ये प्लांट हो रहा है।
अभी लग क्यों लगी?
Spike down A.
गजब है गोपाल लगी उठो कुछ ये तो लो लग नहीं लग बोली
कोई हिल कर पाएगा नहीं गोपाल
कैसे नहीं আমি এখানে আরে
स्पाइक हमारे पास है।
सी থেকে পেছন দিক থেকে চলে আসছে इधर
पीछे आ रहा है वो तुम्हारे ऊपर
से एक आ रहा है
इसका प्लांट किधर से है?
Last player standing.
पोजीशनिंग नहीं हो पा रहा। अबे लग गया मैं भी मार रहा हूँ लग नहीं रहा क्या हो रहा समझ नहीं आ रहा।
What will it be this time? Have any patterns emerged yet?
नहीं था मेरे स्क्रीन में नहीं था ना मेरे स्क्रीन में तो नहीं था।
इन लोग का तो बैक स्टैबर नहीं है।
मुझे तो बुलेट हट दिखाया था।
नहीं हेड पे था बे पागल है क्या?
मैं अपनी बात कर मैं अपना स्क्रीन गांजे पे नहीं बैठा यहाँ पर।
गोपाल तो वॉल कर ठीक है जिधर आओ देखी वॉल कर दो
ये हजार मर गया मैं अंतिम विदाई तेरा शिफ्ट होकर के आ गया
शिफ्ट होकर
हाँ मेरे को टाइम ही नहीं मिला रेड करने का
एंड मरा बैकअप दे ऊपर ठीक वहां मत रहो मरेगा अरे दोनों तरफ कहां पे प्लान कर रहा है देखो दादा तू दादा का तो बहुत
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
चलो
वही बीट से आएगा और क्या
आने दो ट्रेन से जाने दो ए पति अंदर घुसो छोड़ो ये तो है स्पाइक
सर ऊपर ही रहना था आपको।
पैंडल ले लो सर पैंडल हां बस
सर इधर जाओ
आ गया ये अबे
Enemy spotted A.
टाइम वेस्ट करो सर बाहर मत निकलो सर ऊपर कोई जाओ ऊपर जाओ ऐसा तो खिलौना पहले है
मार रहे भी ये लोग
30 seconds left.
इजी
तेरे को मिलेगा
आ गया दया पकड़ा पति इजी
Last player standing.
पति तुम पीछे स्प्रे कर रहे हो हैंडल पे हैंडल पे स्प्रे
प्ले करना शुरू किया इसने
ऐसा क्यों नहीं हो रहा था समझ ऐसा क्यों नहीं हो रहा
4 किल था किसी ने किल चुरा लिया इस चुरा लिया
ओ मैं वो तुम ऐसे नहीं वो मैं तुमको जिताया हूं मैं चलो
हां मैच जीताया हूं
मतलब थोड़ा समझ लो मतलब
संडे मोटिवेशन
समझ लो चलो तुम अभी इसके साथ रहो मैं यहां पे हूं ये लग नहीं एक चीज लग रहा था अभी तो लग ही नहीं रहा हां इधर उठाओ एसी पे गया दादा मरेगा वो लगी चलो दोनों तरफ है
Turret destroyed.
The hunt begins.
Good attempt. Fire in the hole.
Spike down C. Last player standing.
एक बस दिख के
One enemy remaining.
भाग गया वो किधर है ओमन किधर है
ए
स्पाइक लेकर देख लो
स्पाइक लेके भाग गया वो
ए में जाओ में था
प्लान तो नहीं किया
Spike planted.
They will cover.
अरे तो खड़े उड़ जा रहा था ये रेस आ गया ना
अरे वो रेस था ना उधर कैसे खड़े होते
एक तरफ से नीचे यहाँ से मत अच्छा यहाँ से करो
ओके वो बाहर का प्लांट है उसके पास शायद ऑफ हो सकता है
हाँ वो ऑफ ही है पकड़ा है करंट एक एंगल लेके बैठा है सामने एकदम हाँ उस कोने में कहीं ऑपरेटर चेंज कर दिया ऑपरेटर नीचे गिरा
See nothing.
अबे पीछे घूम के आ गया
My power does not ebb. Ask for aid and you shall
बहुत घुमाए
receive.
लेकिन हम लोगों को मजाक नहीं।
मेरा सेव राउंड है।
क्या सेव राउंड में क्या होता है वो?
पैसा कुछ ज्यादा कर क्यों नहीं चल रहा ऐसा लग रहा है।
मेरे से कुछ बाय मांग लो बेटा, वो 1000 रुपए का या
उन लोगों से ही कर लो।
एक राउंड पड़ा है, नेक्स्ट राउंड पूरा फुल
उन
बैक।
लोगों को रिक्वेस्ट नहीं भेज सकते हैं गन के लिए।
स्पेशल रिक्वेस्ट टू वैलोरेंट।
अबे यार
राजा
क्या मार रहे हैं अभी समझ में नहीं आ रहा मेरे को। दौड़ क्यों रहे हो? ए प्रतीक आई यार, ए पैसा बे पे आओ। अच्छा वो भाई बी पे घुसा है दौड़। उठा इजी चले हम लोग
Spike planted.
बस ठीक है बस ठीक है इजी है। ये सोफा का बच्चा आके मार रहा है।
हिल दो
Your duty is
ओह माय गॉड गोपाल ने बोला है
Fascinating. I
Heal.
must record this
हिल
feeling.
गया।
जल्दी आओ
for you.
नहीं जा कैसे करें। घुसो बराज करो बराज। चल पीछे मार बस।
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
आप तो दिए हो लेकिन नहीं गया।
Last round in the half.
Spend everything. ये चला पैसा नहीं बचा खेलने से ये होता है पूरा। ये लोग दौड़ के बैठ के मार रहे हैं, समझ में नहीं आ रहा।
पैसा ही नहीं आता। नहीं आ रहा है सर।
वो तो तुम जो बोले हो पैसा नहीं आ रहा वो तो मैं समझ गया। तो बैठ तक करनी पड़ेगा। समझ में नहीं आ रहा ये लोग दौड़ के।
हेलो
ऐसे
साला बिना साउंड का खेल दिमाग खराब हो रहा है। ऑपरेटर चला वो मेरे को खुद से आएगा बी का बी को मैं देखता हूँ।
मतलब बी आएगा तो मैं बैठा हूँ।
ठीक है
पिंगू भाई बोल रहा
तो बीते ঢুকে চল পেছন দিক থেকে
पीछे से।
হ্যাঁ মানে ওই যে একটা থাকে না পাশের মতো সিম্বল
किसे मत सिंबल
যেখান থেকে ভাইপার ঢুকছে।
Spike planted.
अरे यार होने में ही घुसा हुआ है।
वाला बैकअप ये वाला बैकअप।
हाँ वहाँ पे
वहीं पे है।
Last player standing.
ए यार वो मारा तुम क्यों मार रहे हो?
पीछे क्यों मार रहे हो?
मेरा रेस्ट तो मुड़ गया था, उंगली चल रही थी।
Switching sides.
গোপালদা ওয়াল করে ওখানে থাকবে না, ওয়াল করে তুমি ওই যে জায়গাটা যে ঢুকছে না ওখানে চলে যাবে।
मैं तो कॉल दिया वो लोग बी को घुस गया बोल के उधर साइड से, लेकिन
ওয়াল করে
घूम
ছেড়ে
नहीं
দাও
पाए वो
কেউ উঠে আসবে না ভাঙা চাপ নেই।
क्योंकि मेरा एम में नहीं था।
আমাদের কোনো প্লেয়ার হতে পারছে
साउंड हमारे देखो तो ढुको ना।
वो टूटने का आवाज आया मतलब हट
चलो
जाएगा।
यहाँ से पलटाएंगे। चलो कोई बात नहीं, यहाँ से पलटा सकते हैं। वो ऐसे भी उतना कुछ नहीं कर रहा है, पता नहीं दौड़ के
क्या वो उठा ये ऊपर नीचे क्यों कर रहा है? उठक बटक करके सब देख रहा बैठ के मार रहा है, क्या हो रहा है?
इनका बैक स्टैपर होने वाला है, तो बैक स्टैप में कुछ लगा, बैक स्टैप करने वाले ये लोग, पता है।
यहाँ पे बैक स्टैप के लिए लगा दो पीछे। इधर खून खराब चालू कर दिया।
भागा है सेज, भागा है, देख के भागा है, वॉल करेगा।
रिटर्न चले जाएंगे उठा भाई।
रिटर्न मैं जा रहा हूं, चलो इसको तो मारो सेज वॉल करके बैठेगा। चलो देखो सामने कोई ना आ गया वो, ठीक है। चलो सीधे घुसो, देखते हैं। ये बी पे घुस गया, बी पे
हर जगह से पिछो गए।
बॉल कौन ले रहा है ये बताओ?
नहीं पता।
वो में उनका फंस गया।
Spike down B.
पीछे नहीं आना था, पकड़ना था उसको।
बाप रे बाप, ए तुम भाई छेड़ो।
क्यों अरे वहाँ से भी आ रहा है देखना।
हो गया आपको मिल गया।
Spike planted.
वहाँ से पीछे जाएगा।
Enemies A.
पीछे से आएगा।
Placing swarm grenade.
गोपाल चुरा दे। चालू करो, ऑन करो।
Last player standing.
इतना दूर से कैसे लगा यार, इतना से फ्रेंजी कैसे लग रहा है अभी? इतना दूर से फ्रेंजी का 4 गोली मेरे को लगा।
हाँ हो जाए
तो इतना दूर से फ्रेंजी का गोली लग जा रहा है, पहले तो नहीं लगता था।
You can trust my bots. They only
इसलिए मैं
एनिमी जो भी गन चलाएगा हमको लगेगा।
miss that finger.
अनिरुद्ध मैंने उसको 1 गोली मारा घोष का। नहीं मैंने 3 गोली मारा, 3 गोली।
आ जाओ
बॉडी एक हेड।
5 जन वो 2 जन आ रहे हैं। 5 जन
रुको दादा, मैं भी
दिमाग खराब हो गया। कुछ भी होगा देखा जाएगा।
रुकना नहीं, पर घुस जाने का रुकना नहीं, वो लोग स्मोक का रुकना नहीं। तुम
मारो, ये लोग खराब नहीं हो गया, पता है हैंडल लेके जाएगा ये लोग।
मैं पहले जा रहा है।
अरे मारो
अरे मारो तुम लोग भाई।
जल्दी
Spike down.
Reloading.
Last player standing.
क्यों नहीं किया तुमने? Why no?
मैं तो स्क्रीन ही अंदर था, क्या ही करूं? घुमा दिया, जो होगा देखा जाएगा।
हाथ स्प्रे कर लेने का था, स्प्रे कर लेने का।
क्या ही कैंपिंग किया है वो लोग।
मैं तो आगे पूछ के, तुम लोग पीछे कहाँ था भाई? मेरा से लगा ही नहीं।
पीछे नहीं, यहाँ बैठा था, यहाँ पे बैठा था, यहाँ पे। सॉरी वहाँ नहीं, यहाँ बैठा था। इधर बैठ के कैंपिंग करके मारा है दोनों को।
और स्मोक था तो पता भी नहीं चला।
हाँ स्मोक था, पता भी नहीं चला। मुझे लगा मारा कहाँ से। छोड़ो हटा, जो भी हो। मैं बोला ना भेलो मारा।
थोड़ा सबको हिल दो, कहाँ गए? हिल दो।
For you.
There.
इधर
One enemy remaining.
बीच का बच्चा पीछे हो गया, मुझे लग रहा है।
प्लान करो।
सुबह को तो मार दी।
प्लान करो।
प्लान तो मैं करता हूँ, करता तो हूँ ओपन प्लान में बैठा तो हूँ।
Planted.
इसका अल्टर नहीं तो टेंशन नहीं है, रिवाइव नहीं करेगा।
इधर मेरे पास है, इधर इस तरफ लाइन में।
रुको मैं आवाज देता हूँ, वो मेरे को मारेगा, उसको मारेगा।
Last player standing.
अरे यहाँ पे घुसा। अरे
अनिरुद्ध कहीं और मार्क किया था।
हाँ मैं बोला ना, ऐसे करके जा रहा है। मैं बोला
मुझे लगा ये अंदर से आने बोले।
ना
मुझे भी तो लगा अंदर से आ रहा है।
अंदर से कैसे आएगा? इतनी आवाज, इतनी बड़ी आवाज आती है दरवाजा खोलने की।
अरे वो पहले मार्क किया, वो फिर इधर और इधर मार्क किया।
भाई
समझा, कोई दरवाजा खोलता है भाई।
मैं तो मस्त जा रहा हूँ दौड़ के मारने के लिए।
पत्थर का दरवाजा है बचन में, पत्थर का दरवाजा।
ये बोले नहीं आवाज में देखेगा।
अरे मेरा अलग प्लान था कि वहाँ से खुलेगा, मैं मारेगा। प्लान तो हुआ है ठीक। प्लान तो गलत मत बोलो, क्योंकि प्लान तो ठीक हुआ है।
इसकी मौके
क्या पता है?
Healing.
थैंक यू।
Reloading. No more solo.
मारे तो हो तुम, अच्छा वाला।
अरे हमारे कौन सा है, हमारे कौन सा है?
प्लान करो, मैं तो कौन देखो कौन कह रहा है।
हमारे कौन सा है?
मर गया। ऊपर लोग।
One enemy remaining.
मिलते मारो ऊपर, ये नीचे हो रहा।
खोल रहा था और डाल के लोगों को दिया हूँ हल्का फुल्का वालों को डैमेज।
Don't die. If you need help figuring out how, just ask.
अरे मेरे देखना पड़ेगा तो।
बहुत एकदम शॉटगन लेके खेल रहा था ना, हेड में दिया।
अच्छा मारे तुम। मैं सोचा मैं गैम्बल करूँ, मैं मारने जाऊँ, मैं सोचा फिर देखा तुम्हें मार दिए, चलो अब तो तुम मारेगा।
अब पूरा रन इन करना था। सेंसिटिविटी 8.5 कर दिया मैंने।
कितना 8.5 मतलब?
अबे 0.85 दे।
0.5 वही मैं सोचा हमने
जंप करो जंप करो जंप करो।
बड़ी बाबा
वो मेरे टेक्निक से मार गया।
हां वो ये पति कोनी का भाग गया भाग गया।
Reloading.
रुको ये जुमला करना है, ठीक है? फटक से आओ, ये सुबह का बच्चा तुझे मार। मुझे तो बैकअप चाहिए।
One enemy remaining.
साला सेज को मारने और रिवाइव करने नहीं दिया मैं सेज को।
अरे शॉट दैट में अरे फिर सब मारा। बोल दे मुझे मार, बोल दे।
Last player standing.
प्रतीक दूर रह, प्रतीक वॉल मारेगा।
प्रतीक वॉल से मारता है, देखा वॉल से मारता है।
अरे डैमेज तो बहुत दिया था उसको।
Their hearts tell a different story.
प्रतीक 5 ठोक दिया, भाग दिया फिर वहां पे वो।
मैं बोला फाइट मत लो, तब भी ले।
फाइट नहीं हो रही, बोल कर मार के गया दूर से मार के।
इसको आपको नहीं, ये हग्गू को।
अच्छा आई बोला मारेगा, मैं जस्ट।
तूने क्या बोला अभी? नाम हग्गू ना, बस और कुछ नहीं। जैसा नाम वैसा काम।
ये दादा मेरा स्क्रीन ग्लिच कर रहा था।
फालतू का किल दे क्या?
रुको ये लो, इधर रुको ये फेंकता है, ठीक है? ये अल्ट मारेगा मुझे लग रहा है।
Still in sight.
हां पता है मेरे को।
पीछे से आने वाला है था, पीछे से आने वाला है।
यहाँ सोवा, यहाँ पे सोवा।
पकड़ो पीछे भागो ना।
मेरा खिलौना भी है उधर, मैं इधर बच्चे के साथ हुआ।
बॉल्टर नहीं, यहाँ पे बॉल्टर नहीं, यहाँ पे ये है रेव।
इधर देख रहा हूँ मैं।
बॉल्टर है यहाँ पे।
ये भाई
Spike down A.
अरे पकड़ो।
उनको वॉल कर दिए, जिनको भाई वॉल कर दिया।
वो भी पीछे।
क्या दिमाग उसका, क्या दिमाग।
मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये लोग छोड़ नहीं। पीछे पकड़ो।
One enemy remaining.
ए पे चले जा। ये तो शॉटगन में होगा, देखना। हां चल जा सीधे। ये रनिंग शॉट कैसे मार दिया बे? समझ में नहीं आ रहा है।
30 seconds left.
Alarm bot out.
प्लान। अब दादा किधर प्लान?
और फिर बाहर
वो अल्ट आ गया, मारा।
अंडू तो बोला कि वो आएगा, इससे अच्छा मैं चला जाता हूँ।
नहीं मैं खड़ा था, वो चल के आया।
वाला गन किसको चाहिए?
मेरे को दे दो।
अब ये फीच क्या गोली चला रहा है? दौड़ के मारा है मेरे को 4 गोली।
ओ पगला ही है वे सेज, मेरे को भी दौड़ के मारे चक्कर था।
अच्छा वॉल के अंदर से वॉल हो गया है ना?
नहीं उसने वॉल खड़ा किया तो वो डायगोनली उसने प्लस साइन में वॉल खड़ा कर दिया उसने।
हां तो वॉल के अंदर से।
हां वॉल के अंदर से वॉल हो जाता है, वो हो जाता है। तो आप दिखा वो ये आ गया।
Still in sight. Parasite.
क्या लगता है इसको? क्या
खोल के आया, इधर खोल के आया।
वो बैठे क्या यहाँ पे तो है। कोई घुसा नहीं है। घुसना मत। ये गोपाल दा है ठीक है चल। देखा। अरे
तुम लोग को चाट के चला गया।
किसको चाटा?
My ultimate is ready.
मेरे को।
One enemy remaining.
अरे क्यों वो तुम इसको घुस के बता दो।
ये किधर था?
पता नहीं, मुझे पता नहीं।
निकाल देते हैं बाहर उसको मैप से। एक बार हटा कर स्क्रीन में कुछ नहीं कर पाया था।
Last player standing. Spike down A.
मर गया मैं तो।
गोल घूम रहा है।
साला रे मैं भी क्लिक किया था।
ये लोग स्पेक्टर ने जो मारा है ना,
यार हो गया फैक्टर से रन कर।
बिना देखे वैसे मत पूछो, बिना देखे वैसे मत पूछो।
अब प्रतीक बोला नहीं जाने का, चला गया वहीं पे, खुद ही मर गया।
हाँ वैसे मत घुसो, वो जगह है ना, छोड़ो, छोड़ दो जगह।
25 प्लस में तो 25 माइनस भी हो गया।
लोटस में तो हरवा नहीं आए थे।
अच्छा ये मेरे
ना 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 ना
अरे 3টা হলো, 2টো
না 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 বেস্ট অফ 3 না।
Part of the reason for that is 4 out of 9 of the rounds have been 100 Thieves with pistol and follow-up. So they've actually only demonstrated, 5 other moments where they've been able to take control on Haven.
Chalo, good night.
Almost double that for Footballist. This really does look dangerous to me. And FUT's economy is set up to take the lead.
Yeah. This is a timeout for 100 Thieves. Choosing now to take it. Obviously, the money for 100 Thieves currently, what I'm looking at, it's going to be that weaker half buy again, other than the rifle that Stella did manage to carry forward. So whatever they're calling, whatever they're cooking, is going to be for the round probably after this one. But now you're just slipping into potential defeat.
I'm not seeing the value out of the KO. It's not that Asana's having a bad game himself, but compared to a breach where you're able to give, fault lines down A short and really try to control lobby, where you've got the flashes for the retake and the stuns, aftershock to try and deny the plant, all of these tools that we know and love on this map, or the fade that Asana was running in the offseason, where you have the overwhelming utility of recon dart being used at the same time as a haunt, and it's very difficult to stop one of them from getting value. It's the kind of pick where Asana needs to be put in positions to control rounds himself. You kind of need Asana to be taking over the game with Cryo here on defense. I haven't seen that just yet.
Yeah, it's just been FUT knocking 100 Thieves off balance multiple times now.
What do you think about Stella keeping the rifle here, Brent?
I mean, it's a lot, isn't it? The guy's been performing so damn well. A bit risky, spraying it down. You've got to be kidding me. Investing 100 Fury into that, has 2 tags. And a great prediction. Derek does land the final shot, but it's brought him into this 2v3.
What an ult. And they know that there's a weapon down. Obviously, Stella had it, so they're going to re-drone Garage and try and find the rifle. A 2v3 retake. Clearly, 100 Thieves are not favored in this situation, but
it's a lifeline.
They've got a chance.
A lot of ults being committed here, and that gets good info. They're heading towards A.
I think they would have had the information fairly shortly anyway, because Krax is about to plunge that spike into the earth. Ooh. That's a bit of damage, though, actually.
Yeah, drops him down to 36.
And he wouldn't have got that shock dart without Bang's ult.
Recon dart available. How do they want to play this?
I think a win here would be drawing Atacaptain's ult out.
Yeah, Recon as well, but that's going to be the counter util used. Bang! TB's back. No exchange of the weapons. Horn's going to be taken care of it. There it is, rifle in the hands of the stronger player, but they just cannot get past it. The smoke in play, the good swings there. Cracks Mr. Farland. Magical stuff that we're witnessing.
But the post plants are so solid for Footballist. They look extremely strong. And like I said, a win in that round would have been dragging out the breach ult from Atacaptain, but it doesn't come. Derek has an Odin. It's going to be spamming through right where Mr. Fallen is standing.
We'll see if he gets a pick off of this one. Blade Storm in the hands of Kiwi. In his hands now as well. Looks like he wants to fight into mid. Full confidence. Now he's pushing all the way up. This cam's going to be spot on them once they cross that threshold. There's a Rolling Thunder. Paranoia as well, dash forwards into the side. Danger zone right now. Clabber spots it though. Kiwi has to respect it, backing away. And Stella, great timing for a peek. Where's the rest of his bailout? There we go. Team finally starting to flood in and punishing FUT. We're trying to claim this space onto the B side. Spike, such an unfavorable situation. And I think that was a wallbang. Modge just dropped down to 22 health, still alive in this fight. And it's reflank all the way through, right around the side. Is anybody going to be watching for this? He's just holding. Still onto the corner. 100 Thieves players. Drone's going to be stopped in his tracks. It is being watched for by Asana. But timing is everything. And there we go. 1 kill found. Bang does respond. And I know where the final player is.
I mean, Bang's positioning right now seems absurd to me because Moj could come from either of the connectors. He'll have to give it up at some point. Can Moj win the 1v2? Only 22 health. Seems impossible to me, but we've seen miracles from Moj.
Bang drops down off the high ground, holding the one connector. No real gaps in the protocol, and barely a glimpse of the player model before Bang eventually removes him.
Stella had such a fantastic read in that round. He knew they were taking the Rolling Thunder to B. The spam from Derek early on is great to try and catch somebody, but Derek immediately gives up the B connector. Stella's hiding in backside. They have players ready to swarm instantly, and the shutdown was immediate onto Kiwi. They've actually managed to keep Kiwi under control. It's something we haven't talked about too much over the course of this map because he started on fire, but now slowing just a little.
100 Thieves stepping up to that challenge that's been facing him. That knife, great info. Tags onto multiple players. And a reposition now with the operator in Cryo's hands. Krax has been the demon. The Prowler flash through the side. Cryo is really quite separated here. Dodges the C's though, that wasn't quite good enough. And Cryo's allowed to just get back up onto this angle. Dash. He's gonna be waiting until the final moment before he eventually uses this one to just get out of there. No reswing, not even a crumb given to him. But when is the timing? Still, the confidence to take this flash over the side. What a shot! Lands it, but you have to respect the lockdown.
And we've seen this exact same round happen before, where Cryo got the first pick and Footballers still won the 4v5. In fact, Kiwi doing the exact same thing again, trying to get into this spot.
They've given Cryo the rifle now. Probably a dash engage as they want to try and play this retake. Flash, dart, at the same time. Means it doesn't get broken. It reveals the position of Mr. Fallen.
Missed
Made at the bottom as well. What is util? It's applying the pressure. It's turning up the heat. It's down to Kiwi. What can he do? Not much. Still, and a captain holding down his ground and not really watching the angles. Forwards down to Krax. In a 1v3, it's going to be that triple face, and 100 Thieves, they claim the lead in this map.
Great round from 100 Thieves. That's what you need to see. And the value from the KO being found there, partly, is the flash recon that identifies that first player at default and forced a bit of an unfavorable fight. I think Cryo's just been doing great work for them on the defense side. The little drive-by attempt from Derek as well with the Spectre. Oh, this is tense again, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, this is 100 Thieves being pushed. Feels like in almost every map they've played this tournament.
Yeah. People did not expect that.
Smoke over the top. Cryo's angle is pushed away. Acts as a one-way as well, so. Moving back, and the orb going to be funneled. Krax now with that knife fall. What do they want to do with it? If you're FUT, you don't want to be losing this opportunity. One of the giants of this tournament at Lock-In. High praise for 100 Thieves. A lot of people saying that they had an easy run at their side of the bracket. But FUT are challenging those notions and more. And they cannot let this map slip away from them. They want to perform the grand upset, this clean fight to take.
Full retake setup over towards A. Stella not even with a kill trip on site.
And so just a cam to watch them. Yuta was used to clear through a long smokes now and a haunt and a nightfall all the way off site. That's not actually getting tagged here, same with Stella.
So back-to-back rounds where we get to see 100 Thieves running a set retake into A. And this time they don't even have a player advantage.
It's going to be hard. Again, swap of the weapons. They want Cryo to be doing the most here. Derek posted on this angle now. Operator is going to be his responsibility watching this. But again, it's that util. What do they really have? Bang was trying to help them out. A late flank shut down. So it's going to be removing one of the elements from it. Flash play. Cryo was caught. He was fully blinded. I'm not sure if it was him or what, but holding it down to Graffiti. It's all down to Asuna. And he just cannot watch the angles effectively. Too much to look for.
FUT doing a great job at applying pressure to two key playmakers. Bang on the flank has been watched for both times. Cryo, when he dashes into his smoke, got spammed and put under a crazy amount of pressure. I'm right there with you, Brent. I'm not actually sure whose flash that was. I thought it was Asina's in the moment, but I'm not sure. Quite gonna get to see it on the replay. Would have been a great flash coming out from Anakampi, but he's in hell, so that seems really weird to me.
Seems unlikely.
I think it's more likely the fact, although you know, perhaps we'll never know. They just messed up the timing of it on the retake, and that once more puts all the pressure to 100 Thieves. They've chosen not to force this round, only Cryo finding full armor to go with his Blade Storm. They're going to try and fend off another match point. They had to dodge 2 of those against EDG.
We're wondering if 2022, gathering all that experience, some of these younger players on 100 Thieves, whether it will be enough. Rifles. Could be good for this. It's a double replay. Cryo's pushing it as well. While this exec goes on, dashing forwards. Now it's going to be reset. Derek at the back of the site here with the judges jumping shots. You've got to be joking. And damage has been done. Mr. Fallen dropped to 44 health.
It's just insane. He's
oh, Stella's read it.
Stella's got him.
He's read it. Breaks the ult. 2 players remaining, waiting for him. 30 seconds left. Force the plant now down to A. Updraft dash play over the top, and it's just impeccable.
How do 100 Thieves bring their best in moments when the pressure is the highest? What was this round? The play is so nicely crafted for considering that their backs are up against a wall. This play, in short, is really cool. We saw the trap play earlier. I highlighted it, but it never quite got activated. But then on site, you've got a jumping judge doing damage to the FUT players as they're getting space on site.
And they just can't remove Derek. They don't want to swing him.
Oh, my word.
He's got that judge in his hands. This has forced the timeout now from FUT, and you can feel that pressure because this is an opportunity that's slipping away before their very eyes.
I'd be boomed. If I was in FUT's position, I would be boomed that we lost that. Now they're the ones on the back foot, facing a map point for 100 Thieves with one opportunity, and only one, to take it to OT. I said before that Lotus was a must-win for FUT, and they delivered. Haven being at 11-11 with the economy advantage. If you don't capitalize here, I don't know how many more chances 100 Thieves are going to give you.
When will you capitalize?
100 Thieves going to get away with it again.
So this round, so damn important. You don't need me to tell you that. Round 24, map point for 100 Thieves to stay alive in the series, or for FUT to try and close it out, bring it to that OT. It all comes down to this.
It looks like they're just trying to keep it simple here. A full C exec.
Oh, and another set play from Derek. That dart tags onto 1. Is he going to be afforded any targets? Looks like damage is going to be done to 2 players, I believe. Yeah,
that's pretty huge, actually.
Knocks them down, and still, FUT don't want to cancel the hit. They want to operate off of this. Paranoia flash forwards, bang. He's not being cleared out of his position, and he's managed to grab one. At least for all of his troubles. Alarm bot broken now. This is going to be a fast play. Are they going to try and offset this one? Plant still goes down at the back of the site. FUT, you need a miracle. The drone's going to be tagging, or at least spotting out these players. Flash play, moving forwards now. Get to the back of the site.
It's going to be such a difficult retake without smokes.
Yeah, and Cryo still with his operator as well. Really hard. Dash so enabled. He's avoided for now. Holding the close side goal! The Kiwi could be kicking themselves for that kind of mistake because 100 Thieves are not the kind of team to let this one slip. Right round the side, the classic right click to do it. Asuna. He finalizes it, he finishes it, and that's going to be them saved in this series, bringing it to map 3.
I cannot believe the grit and determination of this 100 Thieves team, but I also can't believe they're getting pushed like this. Everybody who looked at their bracket would have said 100 Thieves should be kind of strolling through. They've already beaten FUT in the off-season. The quality of what they've done before has been pretty superior. But here at Lock-In, when everything matters, these underdog teams are stepping up.
Absolutely.
EDG pushed them to the absolute limit, and now FUT are doing the same.
More evidence that anything can happen here at Lock-in. There's always a chance for a potential upset, but we will be heading to that map number 3, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Find my way back to you. I'm lost again.